This is a movie.
Keep repeating. It's only a movie. Only a movie. Only a movie.
I love movies. Gosh, I love movies.
Listen to the Matt and Mark Movie Show.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Matt and Mark Movie Show. As I said, I'm trying to get better about doing the intros at the top of the show. That's what the real shows do. And God damn it, we're a real show, too. This week, we are going to be reviewing Beetlejuice, but we're doing it with a guest. And that man is here right now. DASEIN. Welcome back to the show, buddy.
Dude, thank you so much for having me again. Had a blast last time, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. We took you helped us in the Outback with Razorback, and now we're bringing you over to the afterlife to help us with Beetlejuice. And DASEIN, it was actually fitting that we brought you on for this because we were actually joking because we were like, well, as you know, we recently said rest in peace to our Patreon. And we were like, we should bring our number one patron in, not only just to hang out with him, but also to apologize that we killed the Patreon.
I don't know what to do with my $5 extra every month. I feel like I should just mail it to you guys.
Yeah, you could mail it. You could save up. I would save up and just get a bunch of Dave's doubles from Wendy's. Just get a bunch of Dave's doubles.
In honor of you two.
Yeah. Give yourself heart disease in honor of Mark and I. So for people who may not know, DASEIN was on our Razorback episode. Do go check that out. But dude, yeah, please, for people who may not know who you are in our audience, let them know. Let them know who DASEIN is.
Sure. So I'm a musician in half of my life. And you could find me on like Spotify and all the other regular spots. You might, if you're a fan of the Love of Cinema podcast, you hear little blips of some of my music on their show. And that's actually how I got to meet these fine gentlemen through the Love of Cinema podcast. A little plug there. But yeah, I do sort of long form, almost like symphonic structure instrumental pieces. There's a big backlog of music there, so feel free to go check it out. And I just also happen to love movies. So
yeah, man. It's very cool. His music is an experience. Go check him out on Spotify, DASEIN. Although, man, the track that you have the track they use on Love of Cinema is a banger. That one is great.
Yeah, dude, thanks.
That shit is so good. When I'm listening to Love of Cinema in my car and that shit fires up, I'm like, ooh, yeah.
Like it's gonna be a good episode.
It's gonna be a good episode. They got the tunes. We should also say that was a natural segue. They're doing it on their show, but we should congratulate our brother pods, our brothers over at the Love of Cinema, celebrating their 250th episode.
Happy 250th episode. Holy shit.
God damn, congratulations. I sent them, and Mark and I were busy this weekend, so I sent them a message from Assbot. We'll see if they play it on the show. Assbot was very excited to participate in their 250th episode.
That's amazing.
We removed all his racist circuits, all his most sexist circuits. We took all that off his motherboard, so hopefully he gave him something nice and clean.
I can't wait to hear it. The 250 thing is especially impressive given that those guys used to do like 5 movies a podcast.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Oh my God.
Pandemic times, but still.
Right.
Dude, I remember when I first started listening to Love of Cinema, they would do like 2 or 3 episodes a week. Like, it would be like when the first time I guessed it was like, okay, you're here to do 2 movies. This episode will come out on a Tuesday. Your second episode comes out on a Friday. And I was like, these guys are fucking working.
They clearly just had nothing else to do.
They're still pretending the pandemic's on.
Yeah.
Well, congrats to them, guys. Again, we're glad we could loan you guys Assbot. And just like when Assbot is at the STD doctor, I hope he gave it to you clean. You know what I mean? I hope he gave it to you clean and we can all just move on. All right. We are here to talk. Oh, I should hit this, though. Let me hit something. This is for the people. This is for the people. This is a brand new movie, and I feel like most of it is kind of out there, but just in case you've made it this far, we are going to be spoiling aspects of Beetlejuice. We're just going to be spoiling the whole goddamn thing. We're going to be spoiling Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, figure spoilers right from the jump. We don't ease you in. We're going right. We're like Asbot at the STD doctor. We don't ease you in. We just go right. We just go right in. We go right in. Quick bit of housekeeping before we start our review. Find us on YouTube, as Mark says. Smash that like button. Mark, what is your spiel? What do you say?
Smash that like button and ring that bell.
Ring that goddamn bell. Follow us on YouTube. The link is in the show notes. We're trying to put video versions of our podcasts up there. Unless we have a particularly racy episode, then it'll just be the audio with just a... I'm like, you don't have any fucking proof that we said any of those things. Our voicemail. If you want to call and leave us a voicemail, that number is 707-948-6707. Call us and leave a message. We will play it on the show. I also want to drop this because I did it last week. Mark made fun of me, but Mark, I'm going to say the email address because somebody actually wrote us an email. So it fucking worked.
Really?
The email is mattandmarkmovieshow@gmail.com. You can write us an email, and guess what? We're going to read that shit on the show. And finally, the last social standing, Instagram. We don't have a tiki-taki, and we don't have any of your newfangly things. We're not on Grindr. We're not on any of that stuff. We're just on Instagram at the Matt and Mark Movie Show. Boys, we're here to goddamn talk about Beetlejuice. Now, DASEIN, I don't know if you've been keeping up, but last week, Mark, we actually watched Beetlejuice, the first one, with Mark for his very first time. So it's a very exciting time for us. So I will be very curious to hear how Mark feels coming into the sequel. But before we get to Mark's take, DASEIN is our special guest. Feel free to rip the Band-Aid, dude. Like, what did you... are you a fan of the first movie? We should establish that.
Yeah, so the first movie I watched, just like all of us, a ton as a kid. Except Mark, sorry. Sorry, you missed out on that.
I was sincerely hoping you would make that joke. That was perfect.
For all of us that grew up in a non-conservative Christian household, this thing was on all the time. And I actually rewatched it a few Halloweens ago. I think it was 2021. Had a blast. But that was the only rewatch I had done as an adult, and I was even more impressed with it than I remembered. Based on my viewings of it as a kid. I think the comedy landed a lot harder for me and as an adult. I was a big fan. I thought about rewatching it for this, but I also, anytime there's sort of this legacy sequel kind of thing, I actually tend not to rewatch right before because I don't want to...
Probably smart.
Bring that influence in and just have the direct comparison.
Come in with the disappointment.
Exactly. Kept my bar low, and so I can't remember what your question was, but that's how I feel about the first one.
So we've established you're a fan of the first movie. What did you think? Now here we go. 40 odd years. I can't do math. Last week I was like, it's only been 28 years, dude. It's been like almost 40 years. I can't fucking count, people. We've established this. All right. If we go to a restaurant together, don't ask me to pay the fucking bill. You tell me what I owe, because I will fuck it up.
What's a decade between friends?
Yeah, exactly. What did you think of Beetlejuice, DASEIN? Did it hit for you?
It did. I had a good time. I think part of that was that, again, my expectations were low. I was not expecting to be blown away. What I was expecting, because I had heard rumblings about the use of practical and the use of stop motion and such, I was pleased with what I saw used in the movie. I would say the story was fine. My main hang-up about it is some of the CGI that was used, and I think it's largely because I just had it in my head. I was like, oh, they're going to do like completely practical.
Like they've banned all computers.
Yes, exactly.
Tim Burton bans all the computers.
Yeah, and Mark, you made a comment last week about what if, CGI wasn't a thing and we just kept going with the practical effects. and like how good it would look and like how far the technology would have come. And so I guess my only expectation was that I was going to get to see that. And I think some of it lived up to that. I thought some of the practical stuff looked amazing, looked really cool, and it was very refreshing. And it obviously has that Tim Burton watermark across the whole thing, where it just, you could tell it was him. So I was pleased from that perspective. I'll leave it there for now. I'm curious what you guys thought.
Okay. All right, Mark. Last week you went down the Beetlejuice hole, down the sandworm hole, to experience Beetlejuice for your first time. Now that the juice is loose, Mark. Okay. What did you think of Beetlejuice?
I actually really liked it. I thought it was a good return to form. Because I had seen the last one so recently, it felt like the aesthetic was the same. I think my one big problem was they introduced Monica Bellucci as this like really cool character. It's like Beetlejuice's ex-wife, and then she's just gone. And I think and then we're given like that other guy, the ghost kid, and I felt that I wish they got rid of that storyline and kind of stuck more with Monica Bellucci, because her entrance is so cool. And then you're just given this ghost kid that gives what's her name, the switcheroo, and it's like, come on. But I mean, outside of that, I had a blast. I got over that pretty quickly because it was just so much fun. So I'm sad they killed off Bob, but it made for a good,
dude.
Good gag.
That was a great mid-credit stinger for that.
Dude,
rest in peace to Bob was fucking great.
Truly. I immediately thought of you, Mark. I was like, because you hate when they kill off original cast members. Like, they killed off fucking Bob of all people. Come on.
It's like there's all these clones of Bob. Kill all those guys.
Exactly.
I did catch that one of I like that they build each of the shrunken head guy. I'm going to call them the Bobs. They're all Bobs. One of the Bobs, they build them at the end. It's like Joe, and then one is Brad. And I was like, did they name him Brad because Brad Pitt executive produced this movie? I was like, that's why.
I hope so.
Brad Pitt's only note was like, one of those guys has to be named after me. And they were like, okay, we'll do that.
Wait, actually, that's a good question. That'd be funny if they're all the producers.
Dude, it might be. So I'm going to tell you guys something. This should surprise no one.
You ruined this already for
everybody. This is like that year that I got kind of quietly and then not so quietly obsessed with Rob Zombie's The Munsters. As everyone around me was citing criticisms, and all the criticisms were valid. They were all valid. I still fell in love with the movie. And that's kind of how I felt about Beetlejuice. Listen, let me say this first off. I recognize that the story is a fucking mess. There's 5 different storylines. Yeah. Some of them don't go anywhere. Sometimes there's so many that they have to kind of pull a rabbit out of a hat to like pay those things off, and they're answered very quickly. Like at the wedding, they're like, oh, we got to get these people. We got to get Dolores out of the way and Justin Theroux, and we got to answer the sandworm thing. And it feels like it kind of gets solved like very easily. Hey, guess what? I don't care. I loved it. I still loved it. I loved every minute of it. I was like, I could feel the fanboy in me railing against the writer in me, because I was like, I don't care. I see flaws and I don't care. I was having such a good time because I could tell Tim Burton was having a good time. This feels like the most Tim Burton-y movie that I think he's made since Sleepy Hollow. I think, and I like Big Fish, and I even kind of like Sweeney Todd, but I feel like he hasn't been himself in a really long time, and this felt like he just kind of, I don't know what he did, man. If he ate his fucking Wheaties that morning, he did something. He rediscovered something in himself. And I saw the old Tim Burton come out to play. And warts and all, like, when the shit didn't work, it still all kind of worked for me. Because it was just so fun and wacky.
Maybe he rewatched Beetlejuice.
Maybe he, yeah. He was like, I haven't watched this since 1988. But you know what, dude? It all was so fun. I liked it so much. I saw it twice. I went to an early access fan event on Wednesday night, and I was kind of excited because Mark went to the Alien Romulus thing, and he got this like Alien Romulus sticker and all this fun. And I was like, ooh, what fun Beetlejuice swag am I going to get? The answer to that was nothing.
Oh,
they were like,
one time you do it, you get nothing.
They were like, you're just lucky to be here, you sack of shit. Now you drink this Beetlejuice haunted Fanta and you like it. We tried the haunted Fanta Beetlejuice, and it was terrible. But I loved the movie so much, I went back on Saturday to see it on my own again because I had had such a good time, and I was like, I think that's what it is. I think a lot of people at least on social media that I see, are really like reacting to this movie and loving it. And I think it's because I want to pose this theory to you guys and see what you think. I think it's because we have now been conditioned to watch these fucking plasticky Marvel movies. Everything looks the same. So even if they see something that's maybe not as well thought out, but is still like different, like, oh, it's practical. Oh, it's weird. Oh, why is this like, I don't have an explanation for every little thing. Why is he spitting up in this one scene? Why is the baby doing this? Like, the fact that the audience, like a modern audience, was confronted with just randomness that they haven't experienced in a long time, I think it hit for them because they were like, what the fuck is happening? And the movie feels like this amazing thing. What do you guys, am I wrong? I feel like that's what's happening.
No, I think I can agree with that because I think, like, everyone cheered at the end. Actually, but you know, funny thing is, nobody cheered for Danny DeVito, and I felt so bad.
Oh, is it because they gave him
Nobody
gave him the foreigners line? I was like, why would you have Danny say that? He's only got 2 lines.
Dude, I laughed out loud at that line in a full theater, and no one else laughed.
I did too.
I
Yes.
immediately just like,
Dude, the other thing, I laughed hardcore. All right, so I think the Soul Train is fucking genius, right? It's a train where people are
So
brought to the afterlife, but it's like Soul Train, the old TV show. So there's like disco people dancing around with huge afros. I laughed so hard that the conductor is basically Don Cornelius. He's the host of Soul Train. I apparently was the only person in my audience who knew who Don Cornelius was, because when I saw him, I started laughing. And I was like, hey, fuck, that's really commitment to a bit. That's funny. Happened both screenings, dude. Saturday too, same deal. I saw Don Cornelius. It caught me on by surprise. I laughed again. I was the only one. What did you guys think of Mark? Wait, you did bring up something interesting though, and I do agree with that. Like I could still name the flaws and love this movie. Is they give Monica Bellucci this amazing opening scene. And then she just, I loved that, and I loved the 2 bits that really worked for me with her were the thing where she staples herself together. I was like, this is like classic Tim Burton right here. Yeah. And clearly, like, he's fetishizing the shit out of Monica Bellucci, which is fine. But I also laughed at the origin of Beetlejuice. We discovered that he was like a grave robber, and they did it in this, like, it's an Italian horror film dubbed or rather subtitled. And it's all in Italian. I thought that was great. Did that stuff work for you guys, hilarious. Even in spite of the Monica Bellucci thing?
Yeah, I think I liked getting a little. I often don't like origin story. Like, I think it's kind of nice to have, especially with a character that's like iconic. You kind of just imagine he's always existed. So at first, when they started to go into, I was like, oh, they're showing us his past, and I don't know if I want to see it. But it ended up being funny, and I was totally down. It kind of reminded me of how I felt about the what was that movie? Violent Night origin story, where they didn't give you too much, just like just enough to paint a picture of the time period and like the general look of the place he came from, and that was plenty.
That took me a second. I had to jog my memory and remember, oh right, there's a whole thing where Santa's like a Viking with like a hammer. Yes, exactly. Now I remember. Yes.
It's like just a taste of an origin story, plenty. We don't need to diverge. Godfather
I think it was smart
style,
too to use it for laughs, right? To just be like, we're just going to commit to this whole bit and make it as weird as possible. It's going to be in Italian. There's going to be like some weird sex stuff. It's not clear what's happened. Like, it was just, I thought that was all really funny.
Yeah, and I liked how it showed that they were together for like literally a night before they got divorced. I thought that was funny too.
I also like the like random Tim Burton touches of like, I mean, not the obvious ones, but like her power set's never explained. Like, I know she's the soul sucker, but there's a bit too where she grabs a white wedding dress and she touches it and is able to just make it black. Like, I kind of love the weirdness of that. Like, yeah, that just is what it is. She can do that too.
Yeah.
It's a good sight gag, you know?
Yes. Although I did laugh out loud. I'm like, really? The one Asian guy in the movie's got to be running the dry cleaning service?
It's just the most stereotypical.
I was like, Mark is going to protest.
Some random
that
things
was
like
hilarious.
that.
I totally did not expect that to happen.
No, not at all. That's not a callback, right? Like this is when I was like, maybe I should have watched the first one, and maybe I'm missing little callbacks. That was just random as hell, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
that was
it was
super
just for
random.
That movie,
Okay.
Just like Don Cornelius, it was just like a random thing to throw in, like the little callbacks.
But I guess it's sort of like they just needed to get her to the wedding dress.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for that, specifically also for that, that's a pretty funny sight gag when she does turn it into a black dress.
Yes.
So, but
Yeah.
but most of the time, it just feels like you're on this roller coaster ride, and you just like whatever you run into, you just.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, whatever, that's cool. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, 100%.
It doesn't really. I
great.
didn't really care that's like, hey, why is there a dry cleaner in the afterlife? It's just like, this is really funny. It's weird. It's kind of stupid, which I like.
Yeah.
But I like that dumb humor, give me like a stupid sight gag and I'll be really happy. Plus, it's like, it's kind of cool that they built all this stuff too.
Yes.
I mean, that's very impressive.
All
Absolutely.
the sets, like whoever did the fucking set design, I didn't take a look at who did it. They nailed it. They nailed the feel of the original, but it was just like, it was just so much good use of set, and I love the lighting, that like blue kind of haze that was over everything in the afterlife. And then to Mark's point last week, when you were like, we were talking about the difference between how it looks in the Beetlejuice world and then how it looks in the real world, they did the same thing beautifully. There was that great bit where every time you would return to the real world, it was just full of sunlight and color, and it's just like a visually, this is just one of those, as the kids say, it's a vibes movie. You just put the movie on and it just looks great, right? You almost don't kind of care what's going on.
It kind of reminds me of those like Abrams and Zucker movies, like Airplane. It's just ridiculous stuff that happens, and like he gets eaten by a shark, but his tombstone is like
a shark
fin with his head in it. I love that stuff, and it did remind me a lot of those like sight gags from that movie or those movies where you're just bombarded with them.
Yes.
And this movie did the same thing. You're just bombarded with fun, interesting, and strange things. And it's coming so quickly that you have to accept it. Otherwise, you're just not going to enjoy it. And I think most people enjoy it because, like you were saying, Matt, it is totally different. Like sometimes Marvel movies just, they reach those slow points, where they're like, oh, I got to conserve the budget. Let's have some talky moments. This one was just like balls to the wall.
But it's crazy
something
that like
was happening all the time in the story.
We used
really
to have this stuff all the time. Like we used to have the crazy random storytelling, physical effects, zany humor. We used to have all these things, and then it went away. Like it just went away, and then we became more quote unquote sophisticated moviegoers, and all of a sudden we started moving through the MCU, and that's really the breaking point, right? So it's almost like, to me, it's almost like, this is like a super on the nose metaphor, but like, I feel like it's like you used to have a snack as a kid. Let's fucking say it. Dunkaroos. You used to have a fucking Dunkaroo, and you used to love that shit, and you used to have it all the time. And then one day you didn't have it anymore, and then it was gone and gone and gone. And then as the years pass, you're like, God damn, were Dunkaroos good? Or am I crazy? And then you finally get the opportunity to have Dunkaroos again. And now in the food world, when you have the Dunkaroo again, it sucks, right? But this is the Tim Burton equivalent, where it's like Tim Burton made the Dunkaroo, and it's awesome. Right?
When did you
I
get
would
a
compare it
chance to
Beefaroni,
have a
'cause
Dunkaroo again?
Beefaroni is the shit.
Dude, I think I was in New York. This was like, I want to say like 8 years ago. I was still in my 30s. I couldn't do this crap now. I was still in my 30s, and I somehow got my hands on, but it wasn't old classic Dunk. It was like a new Dunkaroo. It was like, it's like a Dunkaroo stick, but it's got the Dunkaroo branding and shit, and you're gonna dunk it in the chocolate. And I was like, oh shit, and I did it. And I was like, this sucks.
Damn it. I can't tell if I'm jealous or
coming
not.
together. It was like a car accident. I was like,
no.
Why did
All
this
the
happen to
nostalgia
me?
just destroyed.
That's me in the Beetlejuice afterlife waiting room. It's a fucking Dunkaroo stick is poking out of my eye.
It's just sideways in the throat.
Yeah, exactly. Like the chicken bone, man.
Yeah.
I will say, I want to ask you guys what you thought. Maybe let's break it out into the two casts. What you thought of the OG cast, how they did, and what you thought of the new cast. Because I was actually quite impressed with both. But what did you let's do with the OG cast. What did you think about seeing like Winona Ryder, seeing Catherine O'Hara, not seeing the guy who we can't name because we'll get in trouble. What did you think of that stuff? Did that stuff work for you guys?
Mark,
who wants to go first? Oh no, me! I don't even know the cast members' names. I love the new cast members. Okay, we're talking about the old ones.
Yeah,
I thought they did a great job.
They did a
great. There's a nice. They showed that guy's face or his likeness a surprising amount of time.
Yes, I agree.
I honestly didn't realize he was going to get that much screen time.
Especially as the stop motion version of himself. I'm like, they fucking sculpted that guy exact.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on the tombstone, it's him. His face.
Yes.
And I was like, I thought they were trying to erase him by having him like chopped in half by the shark, but after that's revealed, then he's everywhere. Like, exactly who they're talking. They don't hide it at all, which was kind of funny. But outside of that, the old cast is great. I kind of am a bit sad that they killed the mom too.
yeah, dude.
They killed the mom too. They got rid of two.
Dude, I thought that was so ingenious, though. Like, I was like, okay, it's kind of perfect, she's going to still get to be with her husband this way. But I love the ridiculous way that she died. That the snakes weren't so defanged. Stupid. That was so stupid and kind of just perfect. And I thought Catherine O'Hara fucking nailed it.
She's awesome, yeah.
Like, I think of the OG cast, she was probably the one that came out the best. To me, she did the most with her lines, the most with her presence. I thought she was really funny. If anybody kind of gets the short end, I thought it was Winona Ryder a little bit. I don't want to hate on Winona Ryder, and it was cool seeing her, and I like her. But Lydia, I think the script doesn't give her much to do. She kind of just reacts to things.
Yep.
And even Catherine O'Hara, there was a moment where she kind of says something like, you're just fucking, she's torturing you. You're not doing anything. Where's the little goth girl that used to fuck with me? And in my heart, I was like, yeah, where is she at? Bring her out. Because I want to see the old Lydia Dietz, right? But it was still cool to see her there. I think, unfortunately, she's just kind of busy. She's kind of shackled to the real world storyline of the wedding and Justin Theroux and that stuff. So she doesn't get to have much fun when she's not with Beetlejuice, whereas the other characters kind of like silly,
She's almost like the straight person in a comedy. She's just there to help with the setups, almost. But I mean, it serves a function to show that she has a change at the end. But by the way, I don't know. Did you guys think that Willem Dafoe stole the show anytime he was on screen?
Dude.
He was my favorite of the new cast. I thought he fucking killed it.
He is amazing. By the way, I also like that. I've always thought that other actor, it was named Burn Gorman.
Burn Gorman.
I always thought they looked very similar. I was like, it'd be cool if they're both in a movie. And then Willem Dafoe's like right behind him. I was like, oh, that's cool. But Willem Dafoe is
the priest.
He's the priest.
The priest, yeah. With the
Burn Gorman. He's got a great name, Burn Gorman.
Similar...
Yeah, they're both terrifying.
But anyway, Willem Dafoe.
You don't want to run into either one in a dark alley. I don't want to be anywhere near Burn Gorman in any zip code. I think I'm happy having him trapped. He's like the Annabelle doll. I just want him to stay trapped behind the glass. I don't need to interact with it. I don't need to talk to it. Dude, Dafoe stole it. I thought out of the new cast. And I mean, with respect to Monica Bellucci and Jenna Ortega and those people, it's kind of tough to beat us. Dude, I need more silly Dafoe in my life. I was like, you need to start doing some comedies, man. This guy is funny. I didn't realize how fucking funny he is. He made it seem so natural.
Yes, comedic timing is perfect.
Yes. I don't think I've laughed that hard at him since I watched Life Aquatic last time. He's hilarious in that.
And he's great in that. Yes, and that might be I think that, and maybe there was a random Mr. Bean movie that he's in where he's actually very funny.
Really?
There's one, it's not the first one. It's not the Mr. Bean movie where he destroys the artwork. It's the Mr. Bean movie where he goes to the Cannes Film Festival. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
I swear to God, there's a Mr. Bean movie where he goes on the road. And he winds up at the Cannes Film Festival, and one of the people he runs into is Willem Dafoe. And then Willem Dafoe is just in the movie for a while.
Sounds promising.
It's very good. It's very good. But I thought Dafoe stole it here, man. I loved his whole bit with the coffees and the recurring
Every
gag
time.
of her having the coffee and having him crush it.
I like that he's not even a detective too. He's just an actor.
He's just an actor.
Which is great.
Yes. And I love that bit too where he's addressing the cops and she's got the cue cards. So he's reading the cue cards. So he has the lines. Fucking great. That's what I'm talking about. Like, we don't do stuff like this anymore. I think that's why it feels like such a breath of fresh air, you know?
Yeah.
Well, when was it really the last time you got like zany humor that was not on like a streaming platform, you know? Most of the zany comedy I go for in terms of movies is usually on like Hulu, but I don't really get to see them on a big screen. Or especially if they don't last long in the theater for sure.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. I mean, it's not I don't know if I'd call it zany, but it's kind of quirky. You see some humor in like Asteroid City or other Wes Anderson movies. It's like it gets close to that. But I agree. This was a breath of fresh air on a lot of fronts. That being a big one. And to your point about Willem, I think obviously the performance is great, but I think one reason he outshines all the other new cast members is they just did so much more with that character. It was such a better character than any of the other new ones. Like Jenna Ortega did a good job with what she was given, but she kind of just like sucked. Like I just didn't like her character.
She's like also she's a very I'll just say it. I like her, but I think she's very generic. Like there's not a lot of personality she brings to any role, right?
Which
she's
is
just kind of, with the exception of Wednesday. That's the only thing I could think of where I'm like, okay, she's acting, she's a character.
But I honestly think it's more of the script's fault than her fault because she is a good actor. But like I said, like her and Winona Ryder, they're supposed to be what ties the audience into the real world. So I don't think they're supposed to be as, you know, over the top or caricaturous as these other characters. So that didn't at first I think it bothered me and I was thinking the same things, but as the movie went on and as those characters changed and started to see like they're supposed to be us and how we change as humans, right, when you learn something about yourself. So you get that in the story, which is nice. And I think that kind of makes all the crazy caricature stuff more acceptable because you still have this like normal thread going.
You're saying it grounds it in some reality, right?
Yeah,
that kind of helps anchor you a bit.
I think it is necessary. Yeah, but as a result of that, unfortunately, like the performance has to be as such, and you're comparing it to like Willem Dafoe and Michael Keaton, who
get to just have fun,
bombastic characters. So it's kind of like I felt that I didn't want to judge them unfairly purely because their characters aren't written that they're not designed to have fun with to a degree, right? Yes. Whereas you can tell Willem Dafoe and Michael Keaton are probably having a blast. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No shade on the actors.
So they have a tendency to like stand out a bit more.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
100%.
I guess I just wish it weren't so sharply defined between like characters that just get to have fun and characters that are supposed to ground you. Yeah, I wish there was a little more overlap. I think that might have made
and she kind of starts to loosen up towards the end, especially once you get to the MacArthur Park bit in the wedding. I thought that was kind of...
That's true.
From that point on, she kind of gets to be a little loose and have a little fun, and that was like... That's where I thought she worked best. Mark, you mentioned Keaton. All right, what did you think of Beetlejuice? Dude, pretty fucking crazy for an actor to come back to the same role and do it like he never missed a day.
Well,
exactly.
I thought, dude, he's the king of that because when he came back for Batman, same Batman, even kept like the head motions. Like I love his dedication to that. So I wasn't shocked that he was going to kill it, and he did. It just felt like that's the thing is like these two movies, you can kind of like watch them back to back, and you would feel like you're just watching like a whole series all at the same time because. They blend so well together, and his acting that character is so much. He even looks the same, I guess, and it's because of the grungy nature of that character. But it just makes it feel so like it's like, oh wow, we're back home again. You know, it's like here he is as Beetlejuice, and it's like it's been, and you forget that it's been that long, which is kind of crazy. You're like, okay, it's been that long since the original one, and he's still that character even after doing all this other stuff. And I don't know, I think that's pretty impressive. And I was very happy that it was the same and that it wasn't like, here's a completely new take that's just going to annoy the audience.
Right. Now that we've gotten everyone's goodwill, let's piss them off.
It's sort of like he knows best because he's like the actual character, which is very cool. It's like, you can tell he takes it seriously even though it's a crazy character.
The producer in the booth was telling me that she read that Michael Keaton said he specified he would do the movie, but that he could not. He had to have the same amount of screen time he had in the first movie. They couldn't overuse him, which was 16 to 17 minutes. They couldn't go over that. So he was committed to keeping that. So pretty fucking awesome integrity for the star of your movie to tell you, hey, I need you to keep it like a sliver, so that way I still stand out. Pretty fucking awesome.
But keep the salary the same.
But keep the salary the fucking same. Dude, I was going to say, he made a bundle. He made a bundle from this, a bundle from The Flash, and he made a bundle from the Batgirl movie that didn't even come out.
Yeah.
And,
dude, he's killing it.
He's killing it. His grandkids are living.
Wow.
I was reading today, he wants to, I was like, what's he going to use all this great cachet with now, right? What's he going to spend it on? You know what he wants to do? He wants to use his real name. His real name, you're going to think I'm fucking kidding.
Oh, that's right.
Is Michael Douglas.
Oh, that's right.
And he wants to seriously say, hey, I'm not going to be Michael Keaton anymore. It's fucking dumb because there is a real Michael Douglas. And now everybody associates him as Michael Keaton. He's built a whole career and a life off of this.
Too late.
Just keep it, man. Michael Keaton's on, but that's what he wants to spend his cachet on. He wants to be Michael Douglas.
Well, maybe he's like, Kirk Douglas is dead. Michael Douglas ain't looking too hot. I'm looking pretty good. I got my old franchises back. I might as well keep the Michael Douglas.
He wants it all, dude. He's taking the name back
he's
too.
Like it's like Highlander. He's the last one standing with that name.
He just shows up behind Michael Douglas with a fucking peacock outfit on.
What do you do? I was thinking about that. Like, what do you do? Like, if you're Michael Douglas and somebody calls you and they're like, "Hey, Mike, so we got a call from someone's team. They want to have a meeting with you about taking your name so that they can also use your name." Do you think he's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, how could you do this to me? We've been actors in the same industry for 50 plus years. Now you're going to pull this crap?
Like, so late in the game.
Yeah. I honestly think it would be hilarious if Michael Douglas, the real Michael Douglas, had to sue to keep his name and keep him from using it.
That would
and then
be amazing.
He has to spend all his money to just use his own name. How fucked would that be? Fucked.
Wait, you know what would be really interesting if Michael Douglas' name, that's not even his real name?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Do you know where he got Keaton from? Because it's not his middle name. I think
I thought it was just a funny nod to
agent?
Buster Keaton. I
Buster,
thought it was like a funny, like, oh, it's a Buster Keaton reference. And I think it's perfect. It's fucking great. It looks great on a marquee.
It's a cool name, yeah.
Yeah, to me, dude, we've already rolled out with the name of the Big Mac. Everybody calls it the Big Mac. Let's just stick with that. We don't have to make it new or weird, and people have to relearn this whole thing. Our whole culture's been built under the illusion that this person is named Michael Keaton. You can't just fucking go back.
No, you can't fight that kind of momentum. He's too well known. If he
Dude,
was
it's like
just
now
now being popular.
Yeah, it's
that'd be
like
one thing.
we were talking about when Zoe Saldana became Zoe Saldana. Nobody says that though.
No.
They call her Zoe. Same thing. Okay, I saw that Tandy Newton now is calling herself Tandyway Newton.
Oh, it is. Oh shit, I've been.
Nobody has
wrong
said, but
time.
even if it's the right pronunciation, they've built this career off of this version of their name. A smart money would say, if I started a business and the business was doing good, I don't fucking change the name and make it complicated for people. I'm just like, hey, people already know it. This is it. We make money this way.
Yeah.
Let's say like this. Keep the name on the sign.
Who calls
cares?
it X? It's Twitter.
Yeah, it's
right?
Twitter.
Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
He's Michael Keaton, damn it. I sound like the guy. You know that guy that on the meme that cries at the wrestling thing when he's like, "It's real to me, damn it." Do you know what I'm talking about? I fully acknowledge that's how I sound. Did you guys have any favorite moments? What was your like standout moment in this movie? Like the thing that you've been reliving in your brain where you're like, that's Beetlejuice to me. Did you have one of those, DASEIN? Did you have something that you like loved?
Of course, I'm the one that saw it super early, so I have my memory shot.
You've forgotten the whole movie.
Mark just brings up shit from Beetlejuice 1.
I like
that bit with Gina Davis. Mark, that's from part 1.
Good.
Yeah. I like seeing that guy I can't talk about. He's from part 1.
I think my favorite moments were getting introduced to the world, I'm like, I hate to say it, but I just loved Danny DeVito's quick little scene.
Yeah.
But it was one of the first times you went into the underworld or whatever you call it, and you first get a taste of the lighting. I think you go like under the ground. I don't remember from where, and I was just so excited. It made me feel like, when you go to like Disney or Universal or whatever, and you first get on the dark ride and you move into the dark for the first time. It was that. And I just was so happy.
That's a great description.
That's 100%.
That was like,
yeah,
that was my favorite part. And then I did love the sandworm as well. Had a great time with that. Yeah.
It's fucking
the little
awesome.
Dune reference was hilarious too.
Yeah,
The
I like
sand.
that 2024 sandworms are kind of having a moment, right? We're all here for the sandworm moment. This is happening. This is what we've chosen. I don't know why.
But something about seeing Danny DeVito just literally play dead Frank.
Yes.
He was exactly Frank, just drinking motor oil.
And I got kind of like a penguin reprise from him with like the shit constantly dripping from his mouth. I was like, did Tim Burton make him, like, ask him? He always asks Danny DeVito to do the grossest shit in his movies. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Big Fish, but in Big Fish, he's like a circus guy. I think he's the ringmaster. But his whole deal is that by day, he's Danny DeVito, and at night, he's a werewolf. So then the next time you see Danny DeVito, he's like scratching his face with his own foot, and he's got like hair and this like gnarly toe and stuff that gets in it. He's always asking Danny DeVito to do gross shit, right? Penguin had like black bile just constantly draining out of his mouth, right?
And Danny has no problem with it.
No problem. He was there when fucking I think it was Michael Keaton or Tim Burton just had a star on the Walk of Fame, and Danny DeVito was there taking pictures on his iPhone, and they were like,
"Did he have like shit coming out of his mouth?"
Had sausage in his shirt pocket.
Mark, what did you have a favorite moment from this sequel movie?
I really loved when Monica Bellucci would like. I guess they're already dead, so they have souls, but would just suck their life force out.
Yeah.
And it would compress them into those little compact skin things, and they would just crumple. That effect looks so fucking good. Anytime it happened, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be awesome."
Yeah, dude, and they even cool. Doubled down when she did it to Bob. I love the inclusion that his little eyes just popped.
I know. Actually, it was
so gross.
It was actually really kind of scary when it does happen too. It's like a little bit unsettling because it does look very real. It doesn't look like CG at all.
Yeah,
but I do. I loved it when the eyeballs pop. That was very
crazy.
Cool.
Mark knows this.
Gross out effects.
Mark knows this, but I love small town, like horror movies in small towns. I love Amblin shit. So anytime there's chaos, just general mayhem in a small town, it kind of just makes me happy. It fills me with glee. Like when gremlins destroy a town, I think that shit's fucking hilarious. And one of my favorite things in this movie was when the Bobs decide, fuck it, we're leaving. And they leave, they come down the stairs, and there's a great bit, it's like a second. They see Justin Theroux's like running down the street, and there's Bern Gorman in his car, and the Bobs are raiding a convenience store, and they're buying beer, and they're throwing it at the cash register guy. Laughed my ass off. I could watch a whole movie with the Bobs. I actually, listen, I'm not against, I do like, this is one new trend I like. Do you notice how new movies all feel the need that they have to have minions? They have to have like their own version of minions, like the fucking the Mario Brothers movie,
it's like the merchandise character.
The Mario Brothers movie turned the Shy Guys into minions, and then I saw it somewhere else too recently where I was like, oh, okay, they also now have their own little minion characters, and then we still have the real minions. And this movie did it too. It was like, all right, we're gonna make all the Bob guys kind of our minions. They're gonna do all the silly bits. We're gonna come back to them. I love it. Bring it on. It always makes me laugh. I think it's really fucking funny.
Totally works.
Ghostbusters has the little
the Stay Puffs, good call.
Guys,
the mini guys, thank you. The mini puffs. Those guys are fucking great. I love that. I know some people hate that shit. I'm here to tell you, I love it. I love it because it brings mayhem and it's funny to me.
What did you guys think of the baby?
Dude. Wait, all right, I'll let DASEIN go. DASEIN, what did you think of Beetle Baby?
I'm split on it because if they had just had it be that one scene, I think I enjoyed it at that point. But not to get to the end here, but I didn't like the way this movie ended, and I don't know, it kind of ruined my opinion of the baby Beetlejuice. Because I liked him the first time I saw it, and I was so like bewildered by the choice to add this coda that it kind of like took away from me a little bit. But if I just isolate it away and just think about the baby itself, I thought it was hilarious the first time. And it just starts like teething on her leg.
Yes.
While she's having a conversation.
I think he says something like he's a leg man, like his old man, which I think is really funny. Dude, I loved Beetle Baby. You also know I love gross puppets. Beetle Baby, I fucking loved. Dude, give me more Beetle Baby. I also think that people were outwardly disgusted by Beetle Baby, and that makes me happy. And I'm also enjoying...
Like, are you talking about in your audience?
In my audience, people were disgusted by Beetle Baby, like disgusted by his very appearance and existence in a movie. And again, not to be this guy, but like, I'm kind of psyched that it's 2024 and we have a giant studio movie and there's a demon baby puppet in something.
Yes.
And we're all supposed to just take it seriously. That's fucking awesome. When he came back, I had the opposite effect of you, Dasai. When he came back, I was like, this is my favorite movie I've seen in months. I was like, bring more.
Dude, it kind of felt like his homage to like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Kills the doctor.
Or like Basket Case with Belial in the basket. I
love that shit. You know those old 80s movies too? You'd always have like, there would be like, the scientists, these nebulous scientists would come in. They were all going through these like little tunnels.
Yes.
And, they have their like specialty super clean room. So I actually really appreciated it. It kind of it was like a little throwback to like, the end of E.T.
Exactly.
When all those guys start popping in.
When E.T. looks like white dog turds. I hate when E.T. gets sick. When E.T. gets sick, dude, it makes me so sad.
Holy shit.
E.T. looks like white dog turds. Come on, man. When he gets sick, I hate it.
That's so good. The Beetle Baby, it looked a lot like Chucky, the Chucky doll.
Yes,
like in the face.
Major
right?
Chucky vibes.
Oh, yeah.
I also think that, again, there's something kind of amazing, right, about the commitment to the bit. And I think that's why it gets brought back for the little epilogue, because I think they're like, we spent all this goddamn money to make a physical demon baby. We've got to use it. I could just imagine some executive being like, listen, we have been very hands-off with your production. We have allowed you to do whatever you want, but we spent X amount of money on the Beetle Baby, and you need to include it in something else. It can't just show up for one scene. He's like, fuck it.
It kind of also gave me a throwback to the that last scene in Spaceballs when the alien pops out.
Oh yes, hello my baby,
dancing.
hello my honey.
It's just like
ruined.
Yeah, I
Alien
love
forever.
that stuff. Just like a random, stupid but really funny ending. The thing is, the movie is so like, there's so much going on in the movie. It's like, why not?
Yes, yeah.
And it's, as an
You're
audience
totally
member,
right.
I was very appreciative of that.
I think I'm now realizing, hearing y'all talk about it, I think the reason I didn't like it is my brain has sort of been trained to think of those as setups for the next movie, which I hate.
Oh, yeah.
I really don't like that. I think a movie should just end. And I guess in my brain, I just thought it was that, and they were setting up for more. It's like the next generation of fucking Beetlejuice or some shit.
It's the baby.
And that, I think that I went into it already displeased that more was happening. And but if I just look at it as a random, like, why the fuck not? Then that's pretty funny. And I think I like it better with that perspective.
Yes.
Well, if you think about it, like even that like Ghost Boy's like coming back to life thing is also random, because he just immediately gets burned to death and dies.
That's
dude.
true.
It doesn't. It ends so quickly.
So
it's
quick.
Just like.
But that was.
Yeah.
But
so
that
to me, it was
that
like,
was
I
where the
love seeing
gag. I
stuff
thought
like
I love the speed of that gag. The whatever it was like the fake Dostoevsky quote where he's like, I think it was Dostoevsky who said, "Later, fucker." Just like dunks him. At that point, it's like, it's a live action cartoon. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
They just need to get the guy out of the way. It's fucking great.
But isn't that crazy that this movie has one of the best liners from any of the action movies I've seen of recent? Like, that was like one of the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Dude, it might be the one
hilarious.
line I will actually remember from a 2024 movie this year.
Yeah. It did feel like there's like a 15-minute period where they resolve everything.
Yes.
I wonder if there's like a 3-hour director's cut of this movie.
I would, dude, and I would be there. I would
It's like
love it.
Ridley Scott's Napoleon.
Yes.
An extra
He keeps
48
making that
minutes.
fucking thing longer.
Extra minutes.
Yeah, come on. Jesus. I would totally watch this
And
shit
now
on the
the
director's cut.
10-hour version of Napoleon.
Yeah.
Did y'all notice like a random thing kept distracting me? Every time a sign said Beetlejuice, there's one, I think, in the graveyard in the miniature. There's one like in a message that someone wrote to him. It's spelled
Oh,
like the
Beetlejuice.
star. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that threw me so much. When I walked out, I looked it up on my phone. I was like, did they change the spelling for this movie? Like in the title?
Right.
And no, they didn't. Like, what? Why? Why do
Yeah.
you think they did that?
It's just one of those things. I think it was to maintain continuity with the first movie because the sign is also says
Oh.
Beetlejuice and his commercials calls him Beetlejuice as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the characters
Ah.
in this movie also called him that too, right?
Oh,
I forgot
really?
who it was.
Oh, I
Yeah.
missed that. But yeah, I think it was just
Okay.
to maintain continuity because they were like, I
Well,
also
that
don't
makes
know
sense,
why
then.
the decision is like his name is Beetlejuice. I don't know why it's spelled this way here and this way here. But
Right.
I think it was just like, we got to commit to the bit because we already did it in the 1988
Then
version.
props to him for carrying it through.
By the way, I like what they did with the opening title sequence. I thought that looked really
Oh, I
cool.
loved
That like
that.
totally got me in the mood.
But I
was
also
like,
loved
yes!
the simple intercutting of being like, some shots are the model, some shots are the real town, and then it started
Yeah.
to blend together. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I thought I was looking at the model. Why am I seeing an actual person in a window? Like, I thought that was really fucking clever, and just kind of was like a nice little amuse-bouche. It's a little demonic amuse-bouche for what you're getting. I'm in a real food mood, guys, because I'm hungry. Not just
It's
because
only a
I'm
matter
fat,
of
it's
time.
because I'm hungry.
Before we devolve into talking about food.
It's all
It's gonna
about
happen.
food.
It's gonna
Dunkaroos, Dave's Doubles, it's all the same.
You're right. We've already done it.
We've done it.
No, but that to your point, like the intro, it just, and to your point earlier about this feels like such a classic Tim Burton movie after all this time. That intro into the Danny Elfman music, I mean, it was like,
Yeah.
it was dead on. Exactly what you think of when you think of Tim Burton. And
Yes.
it's been so long since we've gotten that it was just, I immediately had a giant smile on my face.
Yeah, it's funny because I knew you were coming on for this, and I was like, I had an eye, I have an eye for the music. So I'm like, okay, I have a music guy coming on the show. And that was my only gripe, that I'm not like, hey, I'm just going to wave this away. My only gripe was I wanted more Danny Elfman score. Because, Danny Elfman just rules, but I thought it was kind of funny. They leaned harder, except for the opening theme, which sounded fucking awesome. It got everybody ready. They leaned harder on needle drops in this movie than the score, which is fine. But like, I was just kind of surprised. I was like, wow, I really only have that intro theme bit. I would have loved to have heard a little more from Danny, like a new, some little new bits here and there. That's my only gripe. I think that and Monica Bellucci either pick a lane. She's either in the movie or she's not in the movie. But I think those are my only two solid gripes. Do you guys have any like big gripes you wanna voice?
My main gripes are the story became a little too, I don't want to use the word convoluted because it wasn't complicated. There were just too many facets, too many characters that I wasn't that interested in, that took me away from the fun. I didn't like the whole Justin Theroux, Winona Ryder storyline. I just kind of was, it was the only thing in the movie that exhausted me a little bit. So when it was focusing more on them, I was just kind of waiting to get through it for the next time we get to go see Beetlejuice or someone else. But it wasn't enough to make me like dislike the movie. It's just a gripe. And my other main gripe is kind of what I alluded to in my little intro thing. Some of the CGI, I think because there's so much amazing practical stuff in this movie, the contrast becomes apparent. Like when they do use CGI, one of the ones that I was a little disappointed in was the snakes. When they bite her on the neck, it looked super fake. And just after seeing lots of really cool practical stuff, I was just like, it just stood out, and it bummed me a little bit for a minute. I don't know if that's a huge gripe, but it is a nitpick that I can pull.
Mark, you got any?
You threw something at the screen when that happened. You're like, "Fuck you, Moni!"
I just take out some snakes,
like this big
throw them
big
at the
screen and explodes.
Mark, any big gripes from you, buddy?
I can't. Like I said, mine before was I felt that Monica Bellucci was underused for the entrance she's given. So, and I didn't like the ghost kid story. I was like, that's unnecessary.
Oh,
and
yes.
it just felt like we could have done something else. And I think I would have loved, because I think if they focus more on Monica Bellucci, that's more of the detective story. And I kind of was liking that it was turning into this detective movie with Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
But then it started to branch out into these other things, and I was just like, oh man, I feel as though we're losing a storyline that's way more interesting than her and this ghost kid. It's like, it even, like, it to a degree where it's like, it even doesn't resolve in an interest. I mean, it is funny, but at the same time, you're like, oh man, that just the way that resolves so quickly. And I mean, yeah, it's a good joke, but at the same time, you're like, they could have spent the time doing something more. But who knows? Maybe there's so much storyline in this movie that a lot of it wound up on the cutting floor.
Yeah.
And we may get to see some version like the Snyder cut of Beetlejuice.
It's all in black and white.
Release the Snyder cut.
Yeah. It also kind of feels like maybe he didn't realize, because a sequel was so long coming, that maybe he was like, maybe I should take all my ideas that I have for this franchise and put it into this movie.
And that's what this felt like.
That I can't make another one. In which case, then I would say, yeah, I mean...
Yeah. It felt like 5 scripts kind of
whatever
jammed together. It was like, there's 5 scripts. There's the Beetlejuice is wanted by his ex-wife. There's the Lydia's getting married. There's the ghost kid. It was like 5 different scripts, and like, you know what? I don't care. I fully acknowledge that that's not a good way to tell a story, but I had such a goddamn good time. And I think I'm just in the mood for like fun because sometimes too, you know, I was thinking about this too. It's like the majority of the spooky content that we get is straight up horror. And it's kind of fun to have, like, hey, if you want to get in a Halloween mood, but maybe you need a little break in between horror movies, it's kind of fun to just have a spooky comedy. We don't have many of these, especially, too, after, I'm going to say it, after Hocus Pocus 2 sucked, after it came out and fucking shat the bed, it was kind of awesome to have an older, classic, nostalgic, spooky movie come back with a solid sequel, to succeed where the Hocus Pocus could not. So
well, you know, the other thing too is I felt it's like this movie's a champion of the fun movie. It's like, yes, you can have heavy topics in a movie, but it also could be done in a fun way. It's like not everything has to be super bleak and like completely unfun. It's like this movie realizes that, like, it's like, I guess it felt like for our generation, like, okay, you guys are getting beaten down. You guys have nothing. How about this fun movie?
How about something silly? That's totally what it is. It's like, that's totally what it is.
No health insurance. You don't own property. Here's a fun movie, at least. Which is kind of like, to me, that's what I was looking for. I was like, oh, good. I can finally... It's nice to sit back in your movie theater and you're just smiling because you're having a good time.
Yes.
And it's like... It's fun. And I thought that I would be doing that through Marvel movies, but who knew that, you know, so many years ago that
you needed the juice to come loose, Mark.
Who would have thought that this is the movie that made me feel like I'm not shocked that you and some other friends I know have gone to see this multiple times already, because it's like, it's the first truly fun movie.
Come on, Mark. When you sat down to watch the movie, you knew. You were like, Matt's all over this shit.
In the bag for it. No, Mark, you're totally right, dude. It's a refreshing thing to not have his whole story actually be motivated by some deep trauma in his past. Now we understand him better. Like, fuck that. He's just fucking Beetlejuice, dude.
Yeah. Dude, that is super true fun. Though. It's like you guys have global warming and school shootings. Here's Beetlejuice. Yay!
There's an undead baby. And it's like,
here's a goddamn demon baby.
Responsibilities don't matter.
We put some of your favorite people in here,
yourself.
Like Jenna Ortega. Here. Yeah, fuck it.
It does feel like this movie. The cool thing about this movie, though, it feels like there's something for everyone. It's not for any. Yeah, it's spooky, but it feels like it's for every demographic. Like, I can see even people that don't enjoy spooky movies enjoying something like this, because
totally,
all of it is. It's like, it's very diverse. It's super fun, and it's like you get your serious moments. Like I said, everything is so well balanced in this movie that it's. I enjoy outside of like those story elements, but like I said, that's not enough to make this movie a non-recommend. It's like, I would totally see this in the theater again, and I'll probably be watching this anytime it comes on.
Yeah.
I think.
I already, come on, you guys knew. I already pre-ordered the Steel.
Yes.
And
wait, you can? Are you serious?
You can pre-order the Steel. I had to
now?
put the pre-order in because I got a special one. This one is glow in the dark. It's a glow in the dark Steel that's going to come, appropriate for Beetlejuice. So if I waited, I would have missed the glow in the dark one. So I had to strike while the iron was hot.
Good call. Good call.
Thank you. Basically, I mean, look, there's going to come a point where I'm 70 and I'm going to be like, maybe I shouldn't have spent so much money on these goddamn stuff.
Man crushed by Blu-ray collection.
That's it. That's my afterlife. That's my afterlife waiting room. I'm just going to be like a flat pancake underneath all these Steel books.
Oh my god, dude!
Some of those
stuff
gags
so
in the fucking waiting room were
one.
amazing too. Like the fucking Santa who burned alive.
The Houdini kind of like in the
Houdini in the box
and
guy.
the key is on top of the lid.
Yes.
Loved that. There was even a quick bit, I wish we saw more of him, of like an astronaut whose face had like depressurized and like imploded.
Oh shit!
But he was
I didn't
filling
see
out the
that.
front of his mask.
Oh.
He's in a random
man.
shot. I think it's where Charles is like, excuse me, when he goes to the line. If you look behind him, there's like an astronaut who definitely re-entered gravity too quickly.
So
and
good.
I also loved, there was like a guy, I think it was when Monica Bellucci was walking around and she's scaring all the spooks in the hallway. There's a guy who's in like a hazmat suit who's like a toxic waste man and he melts away.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
And I was
yeah,
like,
that was really cool.
I
Yeah,
loved it.
I liked
I
that.
loved it. Basically,
By the way,
I want to watch this movie like 50 more times.
You're making me want to go
Didn't-
back, dude.
didn't this movie didn't it remind you of those like 80s and 90s set pieces that were like, remember how like packed movie sets used to be? Like,
yeah.
I watched some like movies from 2020 and beyond, and they're like so sterile. They're almost like they're very like Scandinavian. There's nobody's got any
Yes.
tchotchkes
It's
around.
all in
But
IKEA.
this one, the sets. Yeah, all the sets here are like very packed. There's a lot of detail to see. Like once you get, especially in the afterworld, and I like the fact that like Matt pointed out, there's so many little details that this movie totally warrants a rewatch because
Yes.
there's so
Yeah.
many small little things they scattered throughout this movie that I can see myself finding new things every time I watch it.
Yeah,
So-
especially in
Totally.
that waiting room. There are a lot of good sight gags that I think it's going to take you a couple of rewatches to catch everybody in that room. It's
No,
just so
that's
fucking
true.
funny.
And even like just down to the details of some of the practical things they did. Like each time Bob was nervous, whether it was because he's being interrogated by the police or otherwise, he starts sweating. You can
Yes.
see like physical sweat going down the puppet. It's just it's such a
It
such
looked
a fine
amazing.
touch, and it looks so good, and it just makes it that much funnier.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, yeah, I
dude.
totally
Yeah,
agree.
the commitment to the bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys had this at your screenings, but beforehand we were hit with a CarMax commercial that was Beetlemax.
No. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
where like it was like clearly like, hey, it's an we're doing some marketing for Beetlejuice, but I didn't give a shit because the ad itself was actually really cool. These people basically summon like a haunted car dealership, and it's Beetlemax, and the Bobs run it, and there are all the real Bob puppets from the movie running around, and it's them doing funny things with cars. My audience was cracking the fuck up at it. It was great. I'm sure you can find it online. Beetlemax.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll
That's-
get like a streaming series now.
I would watch the fuck out of a
I
Bob
wouldn't be
streaming
surprised.
series.
That would,
Yeah.
if it was Bob based, I'd watch it. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
We need an origin on Bob.
I'm jealous. We just had a shitty Coke commercial, not Beetlejuice
Oh.
related. Real
Our
missed
our
opportunity.
pre-show was like a roller coaster of emotion. It was like, here's Beetlemax, funny cars, isn't this funny? And then it was like Christopher Reeve documentary, Superman,
What
and
the
we were
fuck?
like, what the fuck? And we,
Hey, my theater broke.
oh, what the
Really?
fuck happened to you? Yeah,
They just could not, for like at least 7 to 10 minutes, they could not get that projector working. And you know what? Okay, this is the worst part about it, and I know Love of Cinema has their like anti-AMC bit, which I thoroughly enjoy. So here's mine. It was like so what happens is that their pre-shows are always 30 minutes long. I don't know why. They're like 35 minutes long. So I always try to, because I'm an old man, I try to pee before going to the movie.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because the projector broke, and then after that 10 minutes of wasted
It
time,
ate
they
into your pee
started the
clock?
Yeah, exactly. So they started the pre-show again, and then it was another 35. So that's like 45 minutes. Dude, halfway through the movie, I was enjoying myself. I was like, this is the greatest one. And then, like, I had to pee. Dude, I even texted Matt, and I was like, dude, is the Bob thing the last thing that happens? Because it's real bad.
Dude.
So fuck you, AFC.
Oh, fuck that.
Listen, Mark, I feel you on the old man bladder thing, because like when we went to the fan event, I went with the producer in the booth, and we love to try like dumb slushies and snacks and stuff. So we saw the haunted Fanta, the haunted apple Beetlejuice Fanta slushie, and we were like, we got to try it. And we also got another slushie on the side to pour rum into. And so we've got two slushies, and as we're drinking them, I only realize as like the movie's starting, I'm like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have drank all that stuff. And I had like the phantom pee feeling, like the phantom pee where it's like, you're thinking about it too much. And
by the way, do you do that thing where you like you uncross your arm from your chest because like, oh, that's pressure on the bladder? I'm gonna put my arms on my sides now.
Arms on sides, and I don't know why this is a trick for sneezing, where you put your tongue to the roof of your mouth. But I don't know if it's like mind over matter. That also helps me with that too. I'm like, just put the tongue on the roof of your mouth, and I do it, and I'm thinking so hard about that everything else just goes away. And I use it for other things that I probably shouldn't be using it for. Where I'm like, tongue on roof of mouth, tongue on roof of mouth. Yeah. And that's like all I can think about. Like, so if you see me and you're like, wow, he's really taking in all this information, I am concentrating on the tongue on the roof.
Oh, that's so good.
So it's feeling like we're maybe coming to the close on this Beetlejuice review. But before we do, I want to read an email, because I went through the trouble of saying the email address last week, and someone actually wrote in. And
please
that person,
it be Ben H.
It's not Ben H.
Damn it.
Matt reads it. It's like, to increase your penis size.
Yeah. Send money to Somalia. Patrick M., a friend of our show, wrote in. And this is what he had to say about Beetlejuice. Patrick M. says, I hold Beetlejuice 1988 in a very high regard. Even though I enjoyed the TV cartoon show at the time, I never wanted to see an official sequel. Beetlejuice, oh no, Patrick, he says Beetlejuice is almost as bad as I feared. Oh no.
Oh.
I want to, let's say, he says...
He's dead to us.
We won't bother with the rest of the email. No, I'm kidding. He says, one thing I do enjoy is how silly it is at the start. He said he was very amused by the title card. He was shocked with grotesque joy the first time he saw the baby Beetlejuice. He said they handled... Charles is the character's name. They handled Charles in a brilliant and silly way, technically recasting in a most clever way. All right, so he agrees with us there. They handled that guy admirably. This we didn't talk about. He said the MacArthur's Park sequence was weird because possessing people through song was something that Adam and Barbara Maitland did. What did you guys think about that sequence, by the way? I actually loved it.
I was
the whole MacArthur Park bit. I thought it was great. I thought it was really funny. I think I was more tickled by the fact that it was such an odd song choice. Like, that was my thing. It was like the Soul Train, the MacArthur Park. There was like a real 60s, 70s thing happening in the movie. And I brought that up to my wife after, and I was like, that's so random. And she was like, well, no, because that's Tim Burton's era from when he was a kid. These are the things he's nostalgic for. So that's what he's putting in his movie. And I was like, oh, fuck, you're totally right.
Yeah.
But I just thought I was more kind of tickled by the randomness, because I was like, who the fuck's thinking about MacArthur Park right now? All I can think about is the Weird Al Yankovic version of that, Jurassic Park, where he covers it. Remember that? Like, so I was kind of just stunned. What did you guys think of that sequence?
I will agree that I was stunned, and I don't like musicals, and I don't really like movie musicals either. So anytime people break into a song, it's a real steep threshold for me to enjoy it. And I enjoyed this one for about half of it. It went on a little too long for me. I kind of started to not enjoy it towards the end. I was like, all right.
I was kind of surprised they kept giving him musical business. Like, he had a Richard Marx thing he did.
Yeah.
He did this, and then I think there was one more. Maybe I'm wrong. Mark, what'd you think of the MacArthur Park shit?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what happens again?
Doubling down on the old
man.
man.
They're
thing.
at the wedding, and they break into a whole song. The whole wedding is basically a song. They're performing as he's possessing them, so they're each singing a part of it, and then the cake comes out, and it's melting.
I vaguely remember it.
You were doing the tongue on roof of mouth thing. You were like, don't think about peeing, don't think about peeing, don't think about peeing.
By the way, as far as can I defend Justin Theroux for a moment?
Please. That's what we're here for.
I thought so. I actually thought some of his bits. I'm a huge fan of his though because of that show that got canceled. Like he's always in shit that I like that gets canceled.
The Leftovers.
But anyway, The Leftovers. So anyway, some of his bits, like when he invited the influencers, and then
that was great.
Yeah,
that gag was really cool. So I'll stick up for him just because of that.
Just for that.
There's some really funny scenes with him, and that gag is really dope when there's people are like I get to say faces get all fucked up, right?
Yes, and I like the commitment to that where it kept the flash photo that was on each of the phones was of the distorted face being pulled in. Again, doubling down on the bit, I think, is like the theme of this.
Yeah, that attention to detail was very cool. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. But
no, that's a good point. But that was another moment where I think that was CGI, and I kind of wanted it to be stop motion or something, like kind of harkening back to the old look of
that was a little CGI-y, but I kind of didn't. I kind of didn't mind for some reason. I think because I was like, it's a phone bit. It looks kind of digital. I don't know. I was like,
point.
I was like, it's a stretch.
So
it's a total stretch. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. So it kind of just like, I think I didn't notice it. I kind of feel bad because I didn't notice it as much. My apologies to your brother John, because I'm always talking about him with like physical effects and stuff.
Don't worry,
he
will never hear it.
I was just like, oops.
Patrick M goes on to say, I'll just close out Patrick M's email here. He says, the parts of Beetlejuice I liked the least felt like a Winter River live-action TV show. Too much time was spent in the afterlife, he said. Hurts to admit this, but Monica Bellucci's character was unnecessary in the movie. We all agree with him there. Sure. Or we wanted more of her. Dolores is a threat to characters I don't know. He says, I don't want to feel sympathy or worry for Beetlejuice himself. That was funny that he was worried. I was never worried for Beetlejuice for a second. Mm-mm. I was like, he's got too much power. He's like Bugs Bunny. He's kind of like the god of this Looney Tune verse. He kind of could do whatever he wants. But Patrick M goes on to say, other than that, he enjoyed Lydia, Astrid, Delia, and Rory. I think it's Justin Theroux's character. This could have been much worse, he says, but he was hoping for better. Have a great week, Patrick M.
What didn't he specific? It sounded like he had
It sounds like he just doesn't. Patrick just did not like the movie. It sounds like. Patrick M. Thanks for writing in though.
The underworld. That's surprising.
Yeah, I would have wanted a little more. I'm greedy though. I would have wanted a little more, but again,
Patrick.
Take that with a grain of salt, because I also like Rob Zombie's The Munsters, and I fully acknowledge it's a terrible movie, but it's people in like costumes, but I don't give a shit. I just love it.
Well, the aesthetic is pretty similar though.
It totally is
weird, like super colorful lighting.
I love it.
I think it's. You know what I'll say about this movie and the last Beetlejuice movie? I get the feeling these will age quite well.
Agreed.
Like they have, like even because they both of them blend so well together. I can see these like I mean, look at how I just saw Beetlejuice recently, and what would you say that was, Matt? It was 88 or something like that.
88.
So to think of a movie aging that well after so long. Yeah. And this movie kind of I'll say it. I think this movie upped the effects quality. I think it.
Oh yeah, I think so for
better.
Sure. It's also it's just cool to see practical effects in 2024. They're still out there, baby.
Oh yeah,
they're still alive.
I wish there was more in other movies because it looked fantastic. 100%. Yeah,
100%.
Well, you can see that's that. This movie handled it, though, way better than Furiosa did, where Furiosa was like, oh my god, the physical effects scenes look so different than the CG scenes. At least this one kind of felt like the aesthetic look overall blended the CG to a degree where I was like, actually, I don't mind too much.
Yeah.
But then again, I haven't seen it multiple times. Actually, Matt would probably be the best one, too. Yeah. Because you've seen it twice. Did anything stick out, really? You, or you didn't?
You mean in terms of the physical effects?
just in terms of how prominent CG is, just because it's so prevalent
No,
nowadays.
I mean, maybe the only thing that sticks out is the faces of the influencers. But everything else to me, like, I had completely forgotten the snakes were CG. Everything else looks super physical. I'm also thinking of him when he spills his guts. All his guts come out.
Oh man,
There's the bit where they do like a
fantastic.
callback to he did it in the first movie where he's like, "Bleh!" You see from behind him and he makes this like really fucked up face, but you don't see what the face is. They did that again here, and I thought that effect was beautiful. And I also really like, it's funny, I count it because stop motion is a tactile, real physical thing. It's cool to see stop motion in a new movie like this, and it's cool to see it fused with live action. Like, I thought the sandworm looked awesome.
Yeah.
Like, looked just as
cool.
good as ever, especially that bit when the sandworm is trying to charge in through the door and her dad is shutting the door. I thought it looked so
That
good,
looked
that shot.
crazy,
Fucking
actually.
awesome.
It actually felt like there was an impact with the door, and they were pushing against it. Yeah,
It made me I had like a really crappy B horror movie idea like from a few years ago where I was like, I would love to do a B horror movie where, like, you know, it kind of inspired by the California raisin commercials, like those little claymation raisins. I was like, it would be amazing if somebody was watching a claymation show and those characters were brought to life and went on a murderous rampage. So you would have to fuse stop motion with live action because your villains are stop motion. It would be a pain in the ass to make because it would take like 3 years, but I think it would be really fucking cool.
I'd watch the fuck out of that.
Yeah, thank you.
you're like the Orson Welles of stop motion.
Yes.
It's like this passion project. It took him 30 years to make it.
The French champagne is very nice. Guys, it feels like we're coming to the end there in Beetlejuice. Do we want to do some Rex?
I'd love to.
All right, let's play it. Assbot, take it away.
I'm gonna rack it, rack it, rack it, rack it, rack, rack, rack. I'm gonna rack it, rack it, rack it, rack it, rack, 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 rack.
Well, I go on facts, not recommendations, but thank you.
I should have fucking done the bit. God damn it. I should have asked Mark a question, and right as he answered, I should have cut him off with that fucking song again. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I should have done that for you. We used to say thank you to our patrons, especially Mr. DASEIN. But DASEIN, Get Wrecked is
now
just
he's on the
back.
show.
He's just back, and we're here. And we want to say
you got an upgrade.
we got an upgrade.
Yes.
And I just want to tell you something that I think you know. 12 Angry Men was good. It was good.
Yes.
We wanted to tell you
The
that.
color and the black and white version.
I liked
You
that
watched the color?
grandpa from Problem Child was in it.
Oh yeah. I heard you mention
I was
that.
like, wow, there he is.
I like that was your main takeaway.
That was my takeaway. So we're gonna do Rex. I think what we'll do is we'll run through them all. And what we'll do is we won't put DASEIN under the microscope right away. That way we can close out our show with just nothing but DASEIN. You know what? I'll kick us off. I've only got a couple. I'll be quick, really quick. I don't want to spend too much time on this first pick of mine, but I rewatched the 2010 Wolfman, The Wolfman with Benicio, and I got to tell you guys, I love that movie. I just love it. I think this is my Prometheus, Mark. And when I say that, this is what I mean. I overlook obvious flaws in the movie because I love its cinematography and I love its atmosphere. And I don't care that people act nonsensically. I just goddamn love it. That Wolfman is something, man. It hits all my buttons, my classic Universal monster buttons. I love the way it's photographed with the fog, the way he looks. It feels like I'm watching a pre-show ride at Universal Studios. And I dig that. I really like it. It's on Amazon Prime right now, but there is a 4K coming from Scream Factory. You best believe I'm
Which
already
you've
on it.
pre-ordered. By the way, can I ask you a question? When it first came out and it was on the big screen, did you like it or no?
I had
Or
to
did you
warm
have
up to it.
to like it.
I think I had to learn to like it. It had to grow on me because I went originally, and I think I had put too much pressure on it. It was one of those situations where I was like, I'm a classic Universal Monsters fan. This has to be fucking amazing. They're trying to take it seriously. And I put all this pressure on the movie, and so when I came out, I was disappointed. And over the years, I realized this was the folly of youth. This was a young man acting rashly. And I had to just eventually come to terms with the fact that I was a tool bag and the movie's awesome. All right, so there you go, The Wolfman. If you do want to stream it, it's on Amazon Prime Video. Check that shit out. All right, Mark, I wanted to tell you really quick. I watched one of Mark's Recs. Mark criticizes
Yes!
me. I don't watch his Rex enough.
Brothers Grimsby.
I did not watch Brothers Grimsby.
thought
Mark,
that's what he was gonna say, dude.
that'll be your Christmas present this year. I finally
That's
break
why
down and
I
watch
wa-
Brothers Grimsby.
I actually wanted DASEIN to recommend
Brothers
it on the
Grimsby.
Patreon. So you
So,
would
yeah.
have to watch.
I would be forced
Dude, I
into
was
it
gonna do that
But you
eventually for
ended
sure.
the Patreon.
because I knew you would misuse it. I knew you would emperor that shit and misuse it for bad and evil, and I had
That
to
was the
take
real
it out of
reason
the
you
root.
guys canceled. You didn't want to
Yeah,
watch
that's
my
right.
shitty movie
I
recommendations.
just don't want
anymore.
Brothers Grimsby. No, I watched The Hidden. Mark has been talking about The
Yes,
Hidden
oh,
for
yeah.
weeks. I loved it, Mark, and I wanted to tell you, I think this might be my favorite thing you've recommended to me on the show thus far. It
Really?
hits. I don't
Wow.
want to give anything away, especially story-wise to our audience. This is a movie where you should go in as cold as possible, as Mark always likes to say. I will tell you this. Here, let me entice you with some things. Kyle MacLachlan is in it in his Dale Cooper heyday. So if you want to see some awesome, very shades of Dale Cooper in this movie, definitely watch. You know what it kind of reminded me of? It was like the Monster of the Week episodes of X-Files. Remember that? When they wouldn't get too into the lore and the canon of like, oh, I'm being abducted. And it was more like Monster of the Week. We're going to take on a Monster of the Week. It was like that, but it was like the gritty 80s cop movie version of that. It's awesome. Great physical effects. You want to talk about great physical effects? I was blown away, dude. I love all the little details in it. So cool.
Oh, I won't say that.
So smart. Yeah, I was just kind of blown away. I didn't expect much, and the movie just kicks you in the nuts right away. Like, when it starts, it has this impressive physical action scene with, like, pyro, cars. Like, you're just like, what the fuck is this? I was expecting, like, a cheap B movie. It has, like, a real
That's
studio
what I was gonna
budget.
say. Didn't it feel like you were watching something on the level of like the big budget movies of that era? You're like,
Yes,
wow, this
and-
does not. I
and
thought
it's
it was
a,
some
uh,
shitty C movie.
It's
and
like
I
a
was
New
oh,
Line
no,
Cinema
wait,
joint,
this
too.
competes.
It's a New Line Cinema joint, so they were releasing it as a real movie back in the day.
Wow.
Damn, lucky bastard.
Yeah,
got
you
to
could
see
rent
the
it.
theater.
I rented it on Amazon. And it was totally worth it, man. You spend $3, watch The Hidden. I don't think it's streaming anywhere. But I'm with you, Mark. One thing you said to me about it was you couldn't believe that no one was talking about it. And you're totally right, dude. This isn't even in like the cult horror circles or people who are, into Fangoria, whatever. Nobody, I've never seen this movie mentioned. I'd never heard of it before. This movie is in desperate need of like a cult discovery. People need to like find it.
Oh yeah,
I don't think anybody's found it yet, but it's worth it. The Hidden.
How did you find
Well,
it, Mark?
hopefully. I honestly don't know. I think I was, I was just looking for movies to watch, and I think I was, what it was? I was doing research for, and by the way, if a friend recommended this to me, and I completely forgot, my apologies, but it was during the time where I was looking at those 1982 movies.
Oh,
for
yeah.
my-
Oh yeah, yeah. That was
Yeah,
cool.
I was doing like a little 1982 theme, and I think I just started going through because I was like, I wonder what happened to my brother's birthday, and then I just started going up to 80s, and I got to 87, and I was like, shit, I've never heard of this movie before, and it was, it struck me as weird. I was like, it looks like a C movie, but its IMDb rating was 7. Yeah, I was like, why the fuck did this movie get a 7? And it's like, I've never heard of the director. I like Kyle MacLachlan. I probably could have been doing a search for him because I was looking through the original Dune, and and I was just at his filmography, and it was just like,
And this would have been right after
I
he
like
made Dune
contemporary-
and Blue Velvet. So this is like right in the classic, right before he's Dale Cooper.
Yeah, and he's good in this too, and his character. By the way, have you seen it, Dasein?
No, I haven't. I've been wanting to watch it.
So I don't want to
since you
ruin.
started recommending
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I won't say anything then.
Okay.
Yeah, go in absolutely cold.
I honestly, I feel as though this should be like at some point a retro review because it's such a good movie to
That's
talk
actually
about.
fun.
Ooh,
Yeah, maybe
And it's
after
actually- I
spooky
feel as
season
though-
when we need things to talk about, we'll be like, fuck it, let's just do a hidden episode.
Yeah. But okay, by the way, Matt, as you're watching it, I'm not going to say what movies I think it was because that will already spoil it, but didn't it feel like it influenced a shit ton of movies?
Yes.
Especially once you got to like 90s, early 2000s. Like this, I was like, holy fuck, this movie was probably super influential and just nobody knows about it because he was doing things. There are even like there are even props that look the same as some of these later movies that are very popular.
Especially one
Really?
very big movie that I can think of that I think you're painstakingly trying to avoid saying.
Even to a degree where a character feels the same, and I was like, oh, that's that guy.
Yep.
And I was like, they
dude,
totally
I know
fucking
exactly
took
the
that.
movie. I know exactly the movie. It came with a big soundtrack song, did it not? Yes. It was a summer movie. I know the movie you're talking about.
Dude, I have to watch
I'll
this
name.
movie.
There's other ones too that I'll name as well. But even like, like really, I'll just say to Matt, a really big sequel to like an amazing action film.
Mhm.
I felt like they probably watched this movie.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. But The Hidden is awesome. I think it should be a future retro review. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe in like November or something when we don't have anything to do. We're like, fuck it, let's just talk about the Hidden.
If there's like a dead one, it's a great movie to talk about. I think.
And so here to wrap up my side of this really quick, I watched one of my nerdy documentaries.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
I love these.
I know.
So if you're looking for a
Dude,
good...
that needs its own theme song.
Yeah.
The
nerdy documentary corner.
8-bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So Matt's nerdy documentary movie corner. We had a really good super nerdy one this week. It's called Doomed: The Untold Story of Roger Corman's Fantastic Four. It's about the first Fantastic Four movie that was made and never released. It was made in the 90s, live action, Roger Corman, New World Pictures. And they show you footage from the movie and trailers and shit, and you're like, this looks fucking awesome. And then it's like, and it was never released to the public. And it's just them talking to the cast, catching up 30 years later. Like, they still go to conventions. They're still known for this movie, but it's crazy. It's the first movie that has a cult following that has never been out. You can see it in bootlegs online, and that's it.
Oh.
So it is a fully made movie.
Fully made. They shot it. They did it. They were being told they were making a real Fantastic Four movie. Stan Lee even gave his blessing and came to the set. And then I don't want to give away, but it is real life events. Oh, all right, fuck it. I'll just tell you. Real life event. What happens is they were doing it. The producers were doing it so they could retain the rights before Marvel could come in and reclaim them. So they were like, hurry up, quick, make this movie. But they didn't tell any of the cast or crew that. So these guys were making it thinking, fuck, we got our big break. We're getting a chance to make a real Fantastic Four movie. Like, before comic book movies are a thing, we're going to really fucking make this. And they work their asses off only for the movie to never be released.
That is
It's
so fucked
awesome.
up, dude.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I have not
bootlegged
seen it, but it's on my list now. A buddy of mine actually has a DVD he got at a convention. And I think he's going to send that to me. I was like, I don't want to watch it on YouTube. I want to watch it the way that my grandfathers watched it. My nerdy forefathers send me a bootleg from Comic-Con. So I'm going to watch it from a Comic-Con DVD. But it's called Doomed, the Untold Story of Roger Corman's Fantastic Four. You can find it easily. It's streaming a bunch of places. If you're into nerdy documentaries, it's really good. It's a bunch of talking heads, but the archival footage is great. The amount of research and care and love that was put into this documentary is really outstanding. It's just one of those weird things. And again, it was just kind of fun. It was like, I never even knew this existed. And that's half the fun for me with these nerdy documentaries is it's just about something I had no idea about. It's like another corner of nerdiness that I didn't know existed. And now I love it. And I've been obsessively reading about the original Fantastic Four movie. Can't wait to see it. That'll pop up on a future rec. That's it for me.
Nice.
Mark, what do you got on the recs this week?
Oh shit, I got a bunch. I guess I'll just run through them.
Run
super
through
fast.
it, baby.
So, I'll start off with the stuff that and I'll end with one that I think is fucking dope. It may even be as good as the Professionals and
shit.
Hidden. All right, so I watched something that Matt mentioned. I think it's a director that we both love that I can't pronounce his name for shit because I'm dumb. It was Rebel Ridge.
Oh, Jeremy Saulnier.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay,
he's back.
I'll just put. Have you seen this movie? Has anyone seen this movie?
I haven't seen it yet. I just heard about it, and
Damn
I told you about
use
it.
my shitty joke.
Don't say.
I was gonna say if this movie was about a white guy, it'd be a short film. But what happens to this guy is awful. It's just like guy goes to race this small town by accident, and they treat him like absolute shit, and you just want this guy to like decimate the whole town. The main character, I don't know the actor's name. I've not seen him before, but I literally just watched this last night. But he's awesome. He's like one of those guys like where you watch him acting on screen. I was like, holy shit, it would be so cool to have a friend that was this good.
I wish he was my friend.
He'd kick.
I don't want Matt as my
asses,
friend.
like-
He's no good. I wish this guy was my friend.
No, but this guy, like, you know, you're like, I'll go to HHN with you, but this guy's like, you know, he's like trained to snap people's necks and
Wait
stuff.
a minute. I'll go to HHN with you, but this guy will actually protect me in a real world conflict. I think I will vote for this guy.
You have to see this dude, though. No, you'll trust me. You'll even be like, Mark's a total shithole friend. After you watch this guy, you'll be like, fuck this guy. I want to go to HHN.
This guy's my new best friend.
Like fucking snap Frankenstein monster's neck in half. This guy's awesome. He's super charismatic. I don't know who this actor is, but I think he's going to be pretty big in the future. But he's like, you want to hang out with him. He's that cool, and he's totally justified in all his actions. You root for him throughout the whole movie, and it's kind of like, what was that? The first, was it First Blood? It's
Yes,
kind of like a First
that's what
Blood
I've heard
story.
it compared to. That it's like First Blood, but with a black guy.
Yeah.
Like if it happened to a black guy, what that would be like.
And he's, by the way, the character's awesome. He's the way he handles the situation is so cool. And as we always say on this podcast, we like capable main characters.
Yes.
And this guy's awesome. And it's so cool because he's like, he's not the type of guy. He's almost like a, you know, when Jet Li went through his anti-gun stage, he's like that guy.
Yeah.
He just like,
That is such a good pull.
You know?
That is such a deep pull. That's awesome. Fucking
But it's sort of like,
shit, man.
you want to see a guy grab a gun and just like be so confident with his skills and his badassery that he's like, you know, fuck it. I'm just going to disassemble your gun in front of you. I don't even need a gun. I'm just going to kick everyone's ass.
Whoa.
And he does. And the way they reveal how he becomes an ass kick, like, you know, from the beginning of the movie, he's like, time to wipe out some of these fucking whiteys. It's just so fucking satisfying to see him like destroy these honkies in their shithole town.
Like watching them shoot up all the Nazis and Inglorious Bastards.
Holy shit.
Yeah, or like, you know in Bad Boys, like when they fucking decimate those KKK members. This is as satisfying as that, but in like a feature-length film. It's so much fucking fun. Anyway, that one I recommend. Was it you that, Matt? Did you recommend Land of Bad?
No, that was Jeff.
Okay, Jeff. I watched Land of Bad, and it was like, it's super fun, but it's so stupid and unbelievable. That's why I loved it. I feel as though Russell Crowe is our modern day Steven Seagal. He's just this I'm sorry, and not to insult and be like not body positive, but he's immense, but he's also like in the military as a drone operator. But it's totally not believable because it's like when you see the promos in the army ads, it's not Russell. You know, it's not Russell Crowe post Gladiator.
It's the
so
no.
But he's super likable. I like giant Russell Crowe. He's awesome.
Giant Russell Crowe.
But it's super fun. It is dumb. It's a total popcorn movie, and it's something that if you're cleaning your house, you could have on in the back.
Dude, this is a new subgenre for you. Movies you clean your house to. I've heard you say this. So Land of Bad is this week's house cleaner
Land
movie.
of Bad is... Okay, and then here's another movie that was boring as fuck, but it's one of the most gorgeous movies I've ever seen. It was Rumblefish. It's just Francis Ford Coppola's it's like his like kind of greaser movie, but it goes nowhere. It's crap in that regard. I'm sorry. But if you're studying cinematography, you have to watch this movie because it's gorgeous. The camera blocking, there's some insane stuff in this movie, but it kind of peters out because I, for one, thought it was about gang violence. I thought it was like West Side Story,
You
but without
couldn't
that
wait to
bullshit
watch all that
dancing and
violence.
singing. Yeah. And it was just like the most boring parts of it. It was this like existential crisis crap between this guy and his brother, and like the young brother's a total piece of shit, and the old brother's just like done with life and just wants to get shot by a cop. It's boring, it's pretentious, and it's a drag.
And it's
It'll make
beautiful,
you think
apparently.
about- well, here's the thing: it'll make you think about things you don't want to think. So it's a legit good movie. It makes you think about like the deeper things in life. But at the time I was watching, I was like, I just want to see people punch each other and use switchblades and flip them around and shit and stab people.
You should watch
You know,
The
and that didn't
Outsiders,
happen, so-
Coppola's
That's what I
real
was just
gang
thinking
movie.
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a real
Well, you know
gang
what?
movie with real
He-
violence in it.
He made this movie the same year, which is crazy. Where was
Crazy.
a director do that? Where they
Wow.
And
make
Matt
two,
Dillon
like,
is so
absolutely
badass in
gorgeous
The
movies.
Outsiders. Matt Dillon will wreck shop in The Outsiders. He's
Okay,
great.
maybe
Let's do
I'll
it for
watch that.
Johnny, man. Let's do it for Johnny. He's like,
This-
oh,
okay,
boy.
so
fucking
this-
awesome. Yeah, man.
This movie is I'll put it this way. This movie, because if I saw that movie is a long ass time ago and my dumb ass forgot, but this movie is like, this is the consequences of the lifestyle of the stabby ones. You know, if the Outsiders is the one where they're doing the actions, this is the movie that happens afterwards.
Yeah.
So it's very reflective. It makes it doesn't romanticize.
This
any
is
of
the
that
cleaning
stuff.
the
It's-
wounds movie.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
sort of. It's sort of like it's not glorifying violence in any way, and it shows you like the two possible outcomes of living a life of violence. So I joke around with it boring and all that other shit, but it is actually a very cerebral film. So don't go into it if you're in the mood for something cerebral. Watch this movie. It starts off strong and it gets to a slower pace toward the end, and it gets very bleak. So you have to be. I think you should be aware of that before you go into this movie. So
Okay.
there's that movie.
Fair enough.
Super fun. Okay, I did band. Oh yeah, I did American Gigolo. It's weird to see Richard Gere's dick for an extended period of time. Just like some of these movies of that time, I was like, wow, there was like way more male nudity.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you want to see
producers
Richard
had
Gere's
something
penis,
on their
go
mind, I
watch
guess. Yeah.
American Gigolo. That was an interesting movie. That's David Mamet, who's I think, right?
I could just
And
picture
I'm a
you being
huge
like,
David Mamet
I
fan.
can't wait to see this gang violence. And then you tune in and it's Rumblefish. You pick the wrong one. Then you see a movie called American Giggle and you're like, there's going to be some awesome stuff in this. And it's just all dicks. Mark strikes out both times.
Well, you know, I did watch Slither, and that was, that was with. That was a movie that, as a kid, I would see trailers for it all the time, and you know, when you're just like a little kid, and you're like, oh wow, boobs. That was the movie that when the trailer played, you're like, if it has nudity, and then all your dumb friends would rent it.
Oh, wait, I was very confused because you said Slither, which is the slug movie.
Yeah.
You meant Sliver.
Sliver? Is it
Sliver
okay,
is
Oh,
the
that could be
sexy
it.
Sharon Stone movie where
Sliver.
they're spying on
Yeah.
her with cameras.
Okay.
Slither is a movie about slugs
I'm sorry,
that come from
I
outer
totally-
space.
It
Is that
wouldn't
the
be,
James
it
Gunn
wouldn't be
movie
an
or something?
episode.
Yeah, I
if
was
didn't
like-
fuck up a movie
I was like,
title.
is Slither sexy?
Yeah, I was confused, dude.
Like, hold on
Got
a
it.
minute. He means
Sliver.
Sliver.
My apologies. Yeah, okay,
Got it.
that's the movie. Yeah, there's boobs in it. The other one is just slime.
Mark, man, I'm seeing a
That
theme
movie
here.
that movie was interesting. It has a very low rating, but it's as far as I know, I recommend a lot of shit that has low ratings, but it's a very interesting, strange movie, and you kind of it makes you think of like. It's very voyeuristic. It felt like there was a lot of those voyeur movies during those like 80s, 90s times.
Yes, yeah.
And this is one of those movies, and it kind of makes you question, like, okay, if someone was like, here, look, you can join me in being a voyeur, would you do it out of curiosity? And it does show. So as it may be another one of those dumb movies, but it is a bit cerebral in that regard, even though it's definitely a blatant softcore porn.
It's
Anyway, so there's
a
that
Skinamax movie. It's a Skinamax movie.
Another, yeah. I saw another. Sorry, I have so many recs.
Oh
I
my
guess I
God.
watched a lot of shit. I had two more. Highlander 2 was super fun.
Great
The
movie.
train sequence in it is balls to the wall. It's incredibly insane. I was laughing my ass off because it was completely in the opposite direction of the first movie. It's just insane. And it's another movie where you don't have to know why. It's like, why is Sean Connery back? Then he's dead. Anyway, whatever. He's back. He's cool. There's some Michael Ironside. If you thought that the Kerrigan could be topped, he does a pretty damn good job of being
he is good. He's a good villain.
Psychopath. The train sequence that I keep mentioning is probably one of the best sequences in a movie.
Dang.
You can see where it would influence Invincible and I guess The Boys. It's just over the top and like violence for violence sake. And the last movie I will recommend, which I think was actually, I'm sorry, Matt, there are two. I don't think we mentioned. I'm so sorry, but it's your fault though because you recommended me Emerald Forest and that was fucking awesome.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Great
Yeah,
movie.
I wanted to see that.
And the last one, okay, this is the one that I think is the equivalent of The Professionals. Is it's called Rolling Thunder, which is this crazy revenge movie. I had never heard of this movie. I just came across it randomly and I watched it, and it's fucking awesome. If you like movies like Payback, I'm not going to talk too much about this, even though I blathered on. There's a movie, go into cold for this one too, because it's super fun and it's a crazy ride. That one's awesome.
Great movie, and also funny you mentioned Payback because William Devane is in both movies.
Yeah. Ooh, that's pretty nuts.
I think that's why they cast William Devane in Payback. They were like, this is basically like Rolling Thunder.
Wow.
That totally
damn,
makes
there you
sense.
go.
Dude,
Mark
I'll
had
check that out.
fleshy movie.
5,000 Rex. I apologize.
He had all kinds of movies. DASEIN, let's finish up with you. What do you got for Rex this week, buddy?
All right, I got a handful here. Of note, though, I should follow up. So I was on the Razorback episode last time, and I revealed that I had not seen Highlander.
Oh,
Sorry,
Highlander.
I'm fucking it up. What is an Outlander?
Jim Caviezel, I think, right?
Yeah. I watched it that night, and I just wanted you guys to know that, and I had a fucking blast. That's not one of my recs, but just the fact that you brought up things. Anyway, okay, I have a handful here. This first one, though, it's not exactly a rec, but I just couldn't pass the opportunity up to bring it up to you guys, because I know especially Matt, you're a fan of werewolf movies.
Oh, yes.
I watched this movie, I think it's from 2015, called How. Have you seen this movie? It's a werewolf on a train movie.
What?
Okay.
I'm looking this up right now.
Watch the trailer. And
if I recall, the poster's pretty dope, right?
I can't remember the posters.
Holy shit. How have I not? Wait, I'm going to share
wreck.
my screen. How have I not heard of this?
And you're like a werewolf guy.
I'm
too.
a werewolf guy,
it.
man.
The trailer is fantastic.
yeah, there's the poster. Yeah.
It is a great trailer. It's super good. I won't say anything about it though, but I'm curious if one day you guys watch it. I'm curious what you think about it.
Thank you for this. Holy shit. I'm watching this week.
That's
Hell yeah.
always looking for new
We
new
need
werewolf
more
content,
werewolf
too.
movies. There aren't enough of them.
Yeah,
Holy
dude.
shit.
One night I was looking through werewolf movies, and then I got on a little tangent. I was like, where are all the scarecrow movies? And so I went through all of them. And then like a couple weeks ago, you wrecked a
Scarecrows.
Scarecrow movie.
Yeah.
And I thought that was
shit.
so funny because I'd never heard of any of them, and I just randomly happened to look them up, and then right after you wrecked one. So I thought I would bring this movie up.
Thank you,
that's all I'll
dude.
say about
You're
it for
serving
now.
up prime rib right away. This is amazing. Jesus. I'm psyched.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so outside of that, I watched Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh.
And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a huge fan of that franchise. I've seen the original. I've never seen the sequels to the original, but I love the rebooted trilogy that came out, especially the Matt Reeves entries. That third one, Dawn.
Yeah.
God, I mean, it's like, that's a top tier movie for me. So I was excited about this one, and I missed it in theaters for various life reasons. And I finally watched it, and I recommend it. It's not as good, I would say, as the Matt Reeves ones, but it's good enough for me to be like, that made me rewatch the whole series over again afterwards.
Oh, wow.
I rewatched all three, and then I started the fourth one again, the Kingdom one again, just to like kind of pick up the context that I was missing from not having watched the other three in years. And I had such a good time. So I'll recommend that for sure.
Damn, okay.
Have y'all seen it? by the way?
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. Also, I want to tell you, by the way, you
One of the
should
best theater experiences.
you should dig into the old Ape sequels because they are really fun. Especially, it doesn't sound like it would be the best one, but the fourth one is the best. Conquest for the Planet of the Apes is fucking amazing because they pay off the oh shit, we're in a future dystopian city environment and apes are rebelling against us. So if you want to see that, plus Ricardo Montalban's in it, fucking Khan is in it.
Dude.
Oh shit!
So if you want to see that go down, it's fucking awesome. I would put it like this. I would go Planet of the Apes, obviously, is a classic. Beneath the Planet of the Apes, which is part 2, not so hot. Escape from the Planet of the Apes, part 3, pretty good. Pretty good. We're back on track. Conquest of the Planet of the Apes fucking owns, and Ricardo Montalban's in it. And then you've got, I want to say the last one is Battle for the Planet of the Apes, and that one's not so good. You can skip that one if you want. It's like the masks are really cheap, and they're in school buses. It doesn't look good.
Do I need to watch them in like the second one in order to get to the fourth?
No way, dude.
Okay.
You could skip Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Don't forget the Tim Burton
and the Tim
ones.
Burton one.
I
Tim
remember.
Burton episode.
I have
man.
not forgotten. I actually.
That's still by the way, that's still one of my favorite scenes where he's like, "Is there a soul in there?"
Great scene.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. I haven't rewatched that one since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Okay, so the fourth
Matt
one's
Gilbert
the best.
played me the menu.
The
so many
DVD
times.
menu is a hot topic for me.
Yeah, I was right in the pocket for that era of great DVD menus. Nice. Yeah, I'll check those sequels out.
Yeah,
for sure. I've been meaning
I
to.
dug Kingdom good enough. I think, like you, I think it kind of lived in the shadow of those previous 3 were so good.
Oh, good.
Especially War for the Planet of the Apes. It was just like, I don't know how you.
Yeah, you're
beat
right.
that.
That's the third one, right?
Yeah, I don't know how
that
you
is-
top that. That was
That
just
is
like
a Criterion.
it was.
movie
Yeah, it wasn't
level,
even like an Apes movie. All of a sudden, it was
No.
like a real prisoner of war. Like I was like, this is some classic movie shit right here.
unbelievable, dude.
Yeah,
Mm.
great fucking movie.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, this one was
My-
okay. Yeah,
Yeah, it was good enough for me. I was satisfied. It scratched that
good
itch.
fun theater experience. I saw it in a
I
nice
thought
large
it was
format.
awesome.
Yeah,
You did? Okay, good.
It
I
gave me
wish I'd seen it
chills.
in
I
theater.
even liked when that guy got killed by the birds. I was like, "Yeah, you get killed by birds, you sack of shit."
Are you talking about Bill Macy? Wasn't it Bill
William
Macy?
H.
Wasn't it William H. Macy?
Did he
Bill
get killed by
Macy's the
birds?
guy. Yeah, he's the guy that gets killed.
Oh yeah.
He's
Oh,
the
I didn't
guy
know
who's
that.
like
I
the
never
one
bothered to
living.
look.
Yeah, you're
Oh
totally
no,
right.
I was talking about the
That's
main
a different
villain
guy though, right?
Oh,
the
you're
ape
talking about the
guy.
main.
At the
Oh, I
end.
see. Yeah.
I
See, I already
Trying to
forgot.
I was
remember.
like, "Damn, William H Macy got killed by birds too."
yeah, because she killed him, right?
Yeah, she kills him.
Spoiler. Too late.
It's okay,
Okay,
man. I played
cool.
that spoiler thing over way back.
Yeah, they were
Yes,
warned.
Applies across the board.
They were warned.
That's so good. All right, my next rec is a movie from 2023 called They Cloned Tyrone.
Oh.
You are the second friend of the show to
Yeah,
bring
that's
this
the
up
second-
to us.
Really?
This week. Yeah, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Is it having a resurgence? On
I don't know. I
Netflix?
watched it like maybe a month or two ago, and it has just been playing in my head. It was one of those random, like I just was scrolling through, it popped up. I was like, I don't know what the hell this is. Let's just give it a shot. And it delivered so well. It's got everything, but it is fucking hilarious. It's got one of my favorite Jamie Foxx performances that I've ever seen.
Wow.
It's unreal how good this movie is. It's fresh. It's a really
It's
cool
super fun,
take.
yeah.
You've seen it, Mark?
Yeah,
dude.
I think I wrecked it, didn't I? I forgot.
Maybe
I
that's
may have
why
I
it
wrecked
think
rung
you
a
might
bell.
have.
I think
Okay.
I remember it too, mainly because of in terms of the cinematography, I thought it was just going to be like another like a Netflix throwaway thing.
Yeah.
Because I didn't hear too much about it, and then I was like, holy shit, this movie looks really damn good,
Yeah.
and
Directed.
it's funny. I enjoyed it.
It's super funny, dude. It's directed by the guy who wrote the screenplay for Creed 2. That was the only thing
Oh,
that I
shit.
was familiar with when I looked this stuff up. But it's fantastic. It rang a bell when I came across it, and that must be why. You must have wrecked it. That explains it. But yeah, I definitely recommend that one. Next one on my list is a movie I caught just a few nights ago. Nearby, there is an old theater that I think it was founded in like the 1920s, and then it closed down eventually, and then they renovated it, but it still looks like it did in the 20s, and they play old movies on the anniversary of when they played them originally. And they're doing a lot of noir movies this season, and I caught 1946's The Big Sleep. Howard Hawks movie.
Sweet.
Yeah, with good old Humphrey Bogart. And I'm not a huge noir fan. I actually don't love the genre. Find it.
Oh, really?
If there's a select few that I like, and this is one of them, it really landed for me. And I think seeing it in the theater context really helped. And like it made the jokes land that much more. The audience was super well behaved because it was mostly old people. And I think that really lent itself. And seeing it in this context, in the old theater, there's a fucking organist that's playing at the beginning, like in the theater, and then he goes into the floor as the movie is coming up. It's fucking incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, it really added
crazy
to the atmosphere, and I had a great time with it. I actually thought the humor aged really well, surprisingly. So that was a great one.
And then we watch it, he's just slapping women. You're like, hey, wait a minute.
There is a lot of that thing where they grab women by the arm. It makes you really uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Sometimes, you just got to shake the shit out of them a little bit.
You just got to slap them.
All the men in the audience are like, and a glory day.
Yes, exactly.
Isn't there's a famous Chris Rock stand-up bit where he's like, I'll never hit a woman, but I'll shake the shit out of one. Motherfucker.
Like that Bill Burr bit. No reason?
Yeah.
You don't do it, but no reason. Anyway. All right. Next on my list is a movie called Paid in Full from 2002. I don't know why I watched this. It was a random watch. It's about Harlem in the 80s during the crack epidemic, and it follows there's a handful of movies like that, but this one really stood out. Follows a handful of characters and their evolution through this time period, and it's man, it really got me. It has a great emotional core, but it's extremely watchable, very entertaining, wonderfully paced, amazing actors, and I had never heard of any of them. I'd never heard of the director, Charles Stone III, and I'd not seen anything else that he's done.
Wow.
And it seems like this is probably his high point, but I just enjoyed the shit out of it. Highly recommend that one.
Okay.
I can't remember what service it's streaming somewhere right now.
Check that out.
Actually, Mark, you'll appreciate this. I wrote a note. This motherfucker is the director of Drumline, and it came out the same year. Believe it or not.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
I think Paid in Full has really good reviews. I believe I've seen it.
You can watch it on
McKay Pfeiffer's in it,
on
right?
Pluto. Pluto TV has
that
Paid in Full.
Right. Wait, Pluto. Okay, it must have gone off because I don't think I paid for it, and I watched it without ads.
Pluto's kind of like Tubi, so it's free.
You watch ads, it's free, but you can catch it.
Yeah.
It does have a TiVo.
TV.
It has a TiVo function though, where you can select from their movie library, and it will play a movie for you on demand.
Oh, really? I would recommend this one.
A Pluto ad.
It does sound like a Pluto ad. I didn't mean it to.
By the way, we're sponsored by Pluto.
Recommend movies or algorithm.
I only know because
you can choose from.
Over Christmas, I came home one night and I was I put on Pluto because sometimes I leave Pluto TV on for the cat when I leave. Anyway, I came back and Pluto TV was playing Gods of Egypt, which is a fucking shitty movie, but I have so much fun with it. And I was like, God damn it! I wish I could watch Gods of Egypt from the beginning. And that's how I discovered there's a TiVo function that you could go in and hit the movie on demand in Pluto. And I was like, oh my God, I can just watch Gods of Egypt whenever I want. So I wound up watching it
shit. I love that.
Yeah, I wound up watching it 3 times over the Christmas break. I would be cooking or we'd be doing things and I'd be like, let's put Gods of Egypt on.
That's so funny. Well, if you can find this without ads, I would recommend. This is the kind of movie that needs to carry itself straight through. It's serious, but it doesn't feel kind of like you were saying. It's not super cerebral or to the point where it feels like medicine. It's so entertaining, but yeah, very powerful. Quickly, 2 more. I saw Lawrence of Arabia in theaters recently.
Ooh,
I don't know why the fuck it was released. It was, I don't know. It's 62 years old. I can't imagine why, but they remastered it and it looked phenomenal. And It was a great screening as well. Even had the 15-minute intermission and everything, which was great because it was mostly old men in there. So
Now I can take a
Yeah.
dump.
Yeah. Roof of mouth. Roof of mouth. Roof of mouth.
exactly.
That's what
Yeah.
you do.
Oh no!
I'm doing it and it's not working.
It doesn't work for diarrhea.
They just push straight through the roof of their mouth. It's just like-
They're like,
Bring
well,
the popcorn bucket, Martha.
it happened again. We had a diarrhea outburst at Lawrence Arabia. Better get the mop.
oh my god.
That movie moves super fast,
It
by the
does.
way, because
Yeah,
I
it
saw
does.
that in the theater recently, and it's just like, it's over so quick. It's like he's burning his finger in the match, he's getting his ass whipped in that one scene, and then he's dead.
Dude, finally getting to see that reveal shot of Omar Sharif coming up the horizon on the big screen
Oh,
was like
yeah.
a dream come true for me. I've been wanting to see that on the big screen for years. So
That's a good bucket list big screen item right there.
it totally
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember during the pandemic, there was a theater near me that was offering to let you play movies and rent the whole theater out for like $80 or something like that.
Wow.
And before I realized it was a preset menu, I went through this whole thing and like eliminated it down and landed on Lawrence of Arabia. And then I realized that they were only playing like shitty. There was nothing good on
They
their
were
list.
like, it's Fast 9. That's what you'll be watching.
yeah, exactly. So that was sweet. Okay. And my final rec, the most important rec, the king of all recs,
12
I
Angry
watched-
Men.
the fucking Brothers Grimm theme, Mark.
No!
Oh! Wait, really?
I really did. I really watched it. And I paid money to watch it because it was on Tubi, and then I was watching it and I decided to break it up into 2 nights because of some shit happened. And then when I went to finish it, it wasn't on there, and I was like, I have to wreck this movie. So I paid $4 to watch the last like 15 minutes of the movie.
That
I could
is
come up here
dedication to
and
the bit.
confirm to the audience that it's fucking hilarious. This movie is actually good. I will say, like, there's a lot of like dick and shit jokes in it, which is usually not my brand of humor.
Wait, don't, by the way,
But
please don't ruin that one joke.
I'm not going to say any specific jokes. I will say that
Et
even
tu,
if you
DASEIN.
don't like,
Et tu.
even if you don't like that kind of humor, there are so many kinds of humor in this movie, and the action is very capably done, and the story is not bad. Like, it's super
It's a legit
entertaining.
action.
It's a really good
That's why I
action
tell
movie.
Matt,
Yeah,
it's a legit action film director. This is not a fucking slouch.
no,
This is not Judd Apatow directing a fucking action movie. This is like a fucking French.
Isn't
action
it
film
Louis
director.
Leterrier? It's Louis Leterrier,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that guy knows
Yeah,
how to
dude.
You
direct.
notice I try not to pronounce people's names.
yeah, I caught you doing that.
exactly, dude. Yeah, and
It's a
Mark
random French guy.
Mark
Thank you,
Strong is
DASEIN.
awesome in it.
I appreciate. Yes.
He steals the show for me. He was
Dude, did you guys text about? You're in on this. You guys did this before the
I
show.
swear to
fuck
God,
with me.
I did not know. I thought it was gonna be like Tar 2.
This is such a good ending to this episode. I
Yeah,
cannot believe now that more people have seen the Brothers Grimm's movie because of Mark.
Yeah, dude. I had a cherry on
Thank
top
you
of
so
that last one. Yeah,
Wow.
dude, for sure.
That was a really nice.
I love that it
surprise.
was
Holy
also
shit.
on Tubi. I'm learning this information for the first time. I could have watched it freely at
Anytime.
any time.
But
I
not now.
bought you the fucking Blu-ray, you stupid bastard.
It's the Night House all over again. It's just
Dude.
a coaster.
I swear, I think the fucking Blu-ray, I think I put
He
in
threw it out.
my bin of Blu-rays that's in the garage. I was like, I got too many Blu-rays.
That's so funny. Just up
What
front.
a dick.
Up front is for the steel books, Mark.
God, that's funny.
Dude, this movie didn't get a steelbook.
But it should.
Dude, I fucking forgot you bought it for me on Blu-ray, dude. I'm so sorry. You know what?
You
I'll go
suck.
dig the Blu-ray
I-
out of the
was it 4K?
garage.
Did you give it away already?
That'd be great if I was hanging it like I was using it as like a wasp deterrent or something. It's got glue traps attached to it.
Yeah, dude, it's just covered in fly paper.
The fly
It's just-
trap,
yeah.
the fly tape.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that's so funny. And believe it or not, I actually started and did this before you invited me on the show. And I was planning to just send Mark a message on Instagram. And then the perfect opportunity came for me to end my Rex with
Wow.
it. So
Well
That
done,
was
sir. That was commitment to the bit.
Wow.
Bravo, DASEIN. Dude, that was fucking... well, I
so
guess
that
the
made me
pressure's
so
on.
happy.
Now
Good.
I have to fucking watch the Brothers Grimsby. God damn it. Oh, boy.
You won't regret it, I swear.
I have to miss a nerdy documentary for this.
But we got to get other people in this. Tommy, Patrick, Aaron.
Dude, if Tommy
Yes.
comes
Get on the
on and he
Brothers
starts
Grimsby
talking
train.
about
Yes.
Brothers Grimsby, I'm going to be
Every
like,
guest
Mark
needs to wreck
got
it.
to you. Mark
Please,
is doing
Tommy.
something behind the scenes.
uh,
Oh my god.
I want to thank our guest and friend of the show and patron and just all around cool dude and just thank you,
Now
man.
even cooler.
You have superseded all ranks. You're just like you're a friend of this show, but you're just a friend. So thank you, dude. We are grateful to know you. Please tell the people where they can find you, and if there's anything new you want to plug, or if you want to plug your Spotify, go for it, man.
oh, thanks so much, dude. Yeah, and thanks again for having me on. This was such a good time. I knew it was going to be fun. You can find me on pretty much all the music platforms, DASEIN. I don't have anything new yet to promote, but I am getting close to being finished with my next release. So keep an eye out. I do have an Instagram. I almost never use it, but when I'm going to release something, I tend to post some stuff. So you can probably expect in the next month or two to see some posts about a release date for that piece.
Nice.
So yeah, keep an eye out. And dude, thank you so much. This is fucking great. I love coming on here and chatting with you
Yeah,
guys.
man.
I watch
Well,
you all the
we'll
time at
definitely
home,
have
so
you
it's
back
cool to
again
be-
soon. I
Yeah.
was just like,
Yeah.
it's been too long. I forgot
For
what
the
it was
hidden.
that we were going to have you on
The hidden,
for.
yes.
Yeah, we should just bring him back for the hidden. That's
I
funny.
would love that.
That would be dope.
All right, there you go. And then we can all say the movie that Mark was going to say, because even just
Yes.
the title would be a spoiler to that movie.
I'm so
Mark,
curious.
I'm going to text you the title I'm thinking of, because I honestly think it is exactly what I think it is. Wait,
I bet you're gonna get it right.
here we go, Mark. I just texted you. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank our special guest and friend of the show. Am I right?
You nailed it.
I fucking do it.
I
Let it
might
be
even
known,
know,
people.
based
Mark
on the
is nodding.
subtle hints.
He's nodding.
We'll see.
I want to thank friend of the show and just friend all around, awesome guy, DASEIN. Once again, do go check out his music. Check him out on Spotify. Give him a follow. Go and support him. Go follow him on Instagram. He's a very cool guy and always brings the fucking heat with the Rex. And this week he just like outdid himself.
for sure.
Dude, thank you. Yeah.
Although now I have to watch Brothers
This is
Grimsby,
probably
so
one
thanks
of
a
his
lot.
best Rex.
Yeah, this is his best showing for sure. Well, we will have you back soon for sure. I want to let everybody know next week we're not going to be here. It's one of those off weeks, so that's why we're giving you this amazing supersized episode with a superstar guest. Because when we return, the show will be completely different. Spooky season will be upon us, and you will be hearing the Matt and Mark horror show, Rise from the Grave. But until then, that's it for us. We're out of here. Peace.
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 And...